Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tombs of Scoria. I'm Koibu. I'll be your DM for the evening. Our party is assembled underwater before we catch up with their actual events and the impending doom and death via a large eel. Why don't we go around the table and see what's going on? Because it's been a slow week, and we need to hear about people's lives. Starting with Steven.
Hi,
How
not
has
much.
your week been?
Yeah, just playing video games, doing politics, same old, same old.
Nice. Nick?
Been trying to do a bit of planning for this, trying to think of ways to use the crystal ball, the wish scroll, things like that. Come up with some ideas. Other than that, just been playing some Nautica. Getting pretty good near the end of that now. That's it. Nothing interesting happened.
Oh, yeah. Moon?
I've been playing a lot of Rust. I've been losing a lot of scrap, gaining a lot of scrap on it's like a roulette wheel. I would say I'm up, like 2,000, which is, pretty good. So,
I've been
that's all I've
seeing
been doing.
a lot of people playing Rust lately, and I'm surprised. That's like a 7-year-old game, right?
Oh no. The what happened is somebody made a cloud server. Basically, now everybody wants to get on it for viewership because it's like all streamers being invited. That's where
It's the meta right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the new Twitch meta.
Yep.
Got
But as soon as a few the streamers drop off, people will drop the game and never
It'll be
play it again.
short-lived.
Yeah.
It's almost over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that explains it. Cool. Well, who wants to give us a recap of what happened last week?
Don't do it for free, Nick. He gives
I'll
us
do
fee
it.
for these things.
100 XP now. I'll do it.
Done.
What the fuck?
Okay.
He didn't even haggle high.
Well, 100, I think that was the going rate back in my day.
It's
Um,
a good rate.
So we started the episode just outside of Rohana's tomb, successfully managing to loot the items. We went back to the monks' monastery and asked them a few questions, see if they could help us locate the sunken temple of Nadinus out in the ocean. They did. They told us that we had to sail out just far enough so that we could see a certain hill in the Rohanda Hills and a certain hill on Leech Island. And when we could see both of those, we'd be about where it was. So we got the crew of our boat. We sailed out there. We got to the right point. I used locate object to sort of navigate us a little bit closer in the right direction. And then I cast water breathing and we descended down into the ocean. There was fish everywhere. There was fish, there was corals, there was eels. There was all sorts of manner of, colorful and gorgeous ocean life. That was cut short. We carried on walking. We saw the temple in the distance. We climbed a hill. Right? We saw the walls of the temple. All was eerily silent. Tyrael slowly climbs up the side of the wall, peeks his head over through the destroyed roof to see a mermaid priest giving a sermon to dozens of armed merfolk. And in a second, before we could even think about it, the mermaid priest snaps his head to the side, looks at Tyrael, points at him, and then all hell broke loose. Mermaids attacked from all directions. It was looking dire. Anton uses electrical spear of Rohana to essentially create a lightning fireball under the water and kill almost all of the mermaids. What followed was a brutal fight. And then we retreated back up the boat to use some healing potions and recover Imric's body because he was down. And we went back down hoping to loot all the treasure, only to be attacked by 2 mounted mer knights mounted on giant lobsters, and a very, very close battle to the death that left Anton down and both Imric and Tyrael wounded. And now we're just rummaging around the temple in the aftermath of that, looking for the items. We found the crystal ball and the circlet of insight, but we're missing the glasses of the Arcanist. And that's where we are, deciding whether to keep looking or to head back.
And I'm
Perfect.
down.
And where we are at this very moment is before a door in a hallway with a beastie on the other side. Right?
Yes. So I already opened this door once as we were exploring, only to see what, Neil? A 20-foot eel with electric sparks coming off its body?
Not quite sparks coming off of its body, but you must
Okay.
have seen electric eels of some kind in the past. Being a wizard, you're a well-read man. Looking into spells like lightning bolt, you probably would have seen a description of an electric eel, and this looks like just a scaled-up version of one of them things. Long,
So,
fin down its back, yellow stripes, green body.
As soon as I saw it, I closed the door. It seems to have left us alone. But we've searched the rest of the temple now. We can't find the glasses anywhere. There is this door, and there was no other doors coming off it, right, Neil? It was just a door? Just a room?
Yep. That's all you saw.
And then just above us here is a collapsed corridor where, maybe there's something behind there as well. So there are 2 options. We're all wounded. We're nervous about more reinforcements coming. We can't talk to each other. I reach down into my bag and I pull out the crystal ball and I look at it and I concentrate on the image of the eel as I saw, when I opened the door. And I try and conjure an image of the room through the crystal ball to try and look there for the glasses.
Make me an intelligence check. It's your first time ever handling one of these devices. Trying to figure it out on the fly.
You're
Might
gonna
not
botch
be
it?
quite so easy.
Oh, he didn't botch it.
I didn't? Oh, great. Nailed it.
Yeah. It takes you a few minutes to work out exactly how to channel it. But you begin to get a hold of it, and it takes about 8 minutes before it comes into full function. And you're imagining the eel, you said?
Wait, it took 8 minutes to get it to work. Yeah, I guess the eel, yeah.
That's what you had said, right? I don't remember.
I did, yeah.
Yes, and swimming before you, within the orb, is an image of the eel. It's in a darkened area. You can see like a dim illumination provided by the crystal ball. Very dim. You can only really get the outline of this creature, which every now and then has a quick flash of light running down its back fin.
Okay. I don't want to take too much time because I know that studying crystal balls for too long can lead you to lose your mind. But when the light flashes, when it sparks, I want to try and scour the floor for the platinum-framed, rose-tinted glasses that may be in here.
Great. Give me a perception check.
Tyrael can look in the crystal ball as well? Is this correct?
I guess if you're both paying full attention to the crystal ball and ignoring your surroundings, then yeah, you can both make perception checks.
Because, I've only got 7 perception.
If I see that he's having some trouble with it, I guess I can kind of like look over and see if I can take a look into it and look around for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait. Okay, I just make sure I don't have any relevant thief stuff. This is just a perception?
Yeah.
You don't see anything other than the eel in the room, some detritus on the ground, some rises and falls in the sand dunes, but otherwise a barren, empty room dominated by a giant eel.
Okay, so I motion towards the door, back away from it, and then I'll consult the orb again, hopefully quicker this time, looking towards Anton's unconscious body, and I conjure up an image of, thin, small framed glasses with thin platinum frames and a rose tinted glass for the eyes, and try to conjure an image of these glasses if I can work out where they are.
Would you roll me a D100?
Does he want high or low?
Low. Probably? Yeah.
Very low.
No.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Okay. I put the crystal ball back in my bag, and I step towards this collapsed corridor here, and I start trying to pull away the stones.
Sure, you can pull out a stone. It's kind of heavy. These are the stones that would make up the walls here, so they're not little bricks. They're, nice big chunks, and you can heft and pull and slide and pull out a brick. And where are you going to deposit your pulled bricks?
We could just
Well, I'm
throw
hoping
them into the air behind
Tyrael's
us,
helping me.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you're just going to start filling these hallways with bricks. Great.
Or
How
wait-
long
or wait.
are you willing to spend on this task?
Are these hallways roofed?
Yeah.
Okay, they're okay. I would like to I'm gonna motion for hold on, I'm trying to think if I want to do this. We're not supposed to be able to talk to each other. I'm just gonna look out at the front actually while he does this. Okay.
Okay.
Nick, how long are you willing to spend pulling bricks out of this hallway?
Okay, I feel like I might be able to gauge how well it's going. Do I feel... I guess I want to try and get an idea if, the whole corridor is caved in, or if there's just, one layer of stone, so... I don't know, 10 minutes to begin with, and then see how it's going after that?
This guy's not here anymore, right? The lobster guy on the top left.
Oh yeah, he fucked off. Make me a perception check while you're out here, Tyrael. Okay, sweet. In the hallway down by Imric, you start pulling out bricks, and some of these are pretty easy. Some of them are just like sitting with nothing on them. Those you are easy to lift and toss. Some of them are wedged in there with a lot of weight on top of them. Those will take quite some time to, yoink out, especially with your, I want to say like 6 strength, 9 strength.
9.
That's not so bad, actually. And you got a ring of free action.
Yeah.
All right. So you start yoinking out bricks here and there. Make me a strength check for how well this goes. Hey, it's a slow process. You find yourself in more struggle than you might have hoped. You can pull out maybe 1 brick a minute, and after 10 minutes, you can find that you pull something out of the top, and you can see that it's just more crap behind it. And you grab another brick and you yoink it out, and behind that is still more collapsed brick, and some more dust floats down from the new holes you've made in the ceiling. It looks pretty deeply collapsed, and you're making progress pretty slowly.
All right, I grab Anton by the arm and drag him back into the main chamber. Yeah, and I start moving towards the front where Tyrael is.
Great.
I shake my head and then point into the distance of where the boat was.
The anchor is relatively nearby, and y'all can head off. As you approach the anchor and get to the spot where you're going to release your signal, you can look up and notice at the bottom of the boat there seemed to be there's something at the bottom of the boat that wasn't there before.
What something? That's pretty vague.
Perception check, so it's pretty hard. But there's a thing, there's a presence, a creature, an object that is on the boat that did not exist before.
Well, do I get a chance to notice it? I mean, it's my first time looking at the boat.
Sure, go ahead.
You got a pretty good odds here. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think Tyrael goes up first, holding Anton, and then I'll go up next. No, we all go up together with them pulling the anchor, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, not normally. Hold on one second. They're testing the fucking fire alarms today. Oh, sorry. Okay. So normally the way that we do this is I was climbing the anchor to go.
Okay. Yeah. Tyrael climbs the anchor first.
Yeah.
Make sure that it's safe, and then they pull us up.
Yeah.
So I'll stay with Anton down here.
So especially if we're noticing something near the bottom, I imagine I will start to climb.
Sure.
And then
you climb the anchor with ease.
Well, hold on. I'm not climbing right up to next to whatever this thing. Can I climb? So I failed my first perception check. So we're seeing if conditions sufficiently change for a second one. I imagine I should be able to climb halfway up the anchor and then either make a second check or get a little bit more of an idea of what exactly it is.
Yeah, once you get about halfway up the anchor, based on your previous perception check, which was just barely off, you will notice that this appears to be a small pack of mermaids who are positioned at the bottom of the ship.
When we say small pack, 4 or 5 or 20?
4 or 5.
Okay. Do any of them appear to be So before I saw a knight one, I saw a normal one, and I saw a spellcaster one. Do any of them have any of those appearances?
No, none of them have shields or lances. None of them look like spellcasters. These look like everyday run-of-the-mill mermaids. You notice that 2 of them are focused on the hull of the ship, and then 2 of them are focused sort of as scouts looking around. One of them is definitely looking right at you. And then maybe you saw another one that kind of went up on the other side, or maybe that was one that came back down to scout again. There might be a 5th, you're not entirely certain.
Okay, gotcha. Am I... okay, let's talk about combat on a rope. If I jump off, can I jump off this and land and be safe, or am I going to take damage, or how does that work?
In the water, you will fall slowly enough that you have no concern of taking damage.
Okay. Do I feel as a one-handed expert fighter, do I feel like I can fight sufficiently on a rope, or are there going to be massive penalties to AC or to hit or anything, or?
You will have mild penalties. I think if you're attached on a rope, maybe a -2 to hit, and I would say -1 to AC because this is not a rope. It's like a thick, heavy chain. So that will help if you position yourself right. That'll almost act as a shield, but it'll also decrease your mobility. So only a penalty of 1 to your AC and a penalty of 2 to hit.
Okay, gotcha. Sounds good. All right. In that case, so I'm climbing this. Could I use my if I want to do like a good climb walls check? Could I use that to like scale something quicker, or like I want to quickly climb up to the boat?
With your cloak of the cheetah?
Yeah, and I've got boots of the striding, I've got cloak of the cheetah, and then I have a special like climb walls ability. Is there some conjunction here where I can climb this rope fairly quickly, or?
I think because you're underwater, you can already climb pretty quickly because you can use your normal climbing skills, which now that you're a lot lighter, more buoyant, you can like pull and like go up very fast. Much faster than if you were doing this on land already.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, talk to me as I climb closer and closer. Do they appear to change position? Right now, what I'm worried about is I'm trying to see if I can ascertain whether or not they're making some plan to like put a hole in the bottom of the boat or do something to compromise the integrity of the hull of the ship. Is that what it looks like they're doing? Or do they look like they're waiting to ambush somebody coming up? Or that's what I'm trying to figure out as I watch them.
It's highly probable that that is what they're doing. You've heard stories of them doing that sort of thing, and 2 of them are focused on the hull. You can't see exactly what they're doing because their bodies block their hands, but they're like focused on the base of the ship while 2 others are standing watch.
Okay, yeah, gotcha then.
Pretty sus.
I'll like take my sword out and I'll start to like climb aggressively, whatever that means. Yeah.
Sure. The anchor drops from the prow of the ship. These folks are sort of in the midsection, so as you climb up the anchor, you will eventually like climb past them, but not adjacent to them.
Climb past them, but not adjacent to them. As I climb the rope, like how close am I? How far am I from them?
You will, at closest approach, you'll be maybe 30 feet from them.
30 feet. Maybe 30 feet? Exactly 30 feet? Approximately 30 feet?
Approximately 30 feet.
Okay. Question is going to be once I'm at this part and they're just staring there, like sitting there, like staring at me, basically.
Yeah, 2 of them are still locked on you. The third one does come back down from the other side and is looking at you, tridents out, but defensive, not approaching you, not engaging you, keeping their distance. And the other 2 are still working on something.
Could I take my ethereal bow out? What would the range penalties, is what I'm asking for exact distance, on the arrows underwater? I remember it was pretty bad, but I could shoot
I don't know if you're going to be able to fire a bow while holding onto a chain.
You don't think so? I can't like wrap my leg around a rope and...
In the water, he could probably wrap his leg around the rope. The water's keeping him,
Yeah, to like push my foot, yeah.
Okay, but your attack rate will be reduced from 2 round to 1 round because you wouldn't be able to, you'll have to like recover your position. You'll be after being destabilized by the bow shot.
Or actually even, I'm sorry, just so I understand this. I'm not climbing the anchor, I'm climbing another rope and then the anchor is dropped?
I think you're climbing the anchor chain.
Climbing the anchor chain. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. There's no sway. I can't like swing it all right because there's an anchor at the bottom of the ocean that's holding this down.
Yeah. A lot of mass.
Okay. Fuck. Okay, never mind. I don't want to take my boat. I'll climb up to the boat and no, I'm not. Hold on. But I take a moment before breaching the surface of the water. From under the water, can I see anybody? Is there anybody looking over at me?
Yeah, you can see that there are eyes and poked over the edge of the ship down into the water. Not a lot, but someone's on watch.
Can I like make eye contact, like wave my sword out of the water, and can I like do this quickly?
When you try to make eye contact, it doesn't appear that they see you. When your sword pierces through the surface of the water and starts splashing around, attention is drawn, and you can see fingers pointing towards you, and more heads quickly pop over the railing.
Yeah, and then I just want to point up quickly, like the big football finger guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Moments pass, and the chain begins to ascend.
All right, wait. As soon as I see the chain moving, I grab Anton and grab hold of it.
All right, you can ride the anchor to the surface. It's a slow-moving elevator, worse than Mass Effect, but you'll make it eventually.
I see the mermaids on the way up at some point.
Yeah, about.
Is Is Tyrael still under the water?
Yes. So as the anchor is raised, I'm like scaling down, so I'm staying at the same spot. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So you let you slide down at the same rate the anchor goes
Yeah,
up.
so that I
you
maintain my position. I can't put my head above the water because I don't want to breathe air because it'll nullify my water breathing. As that goes up, once I imagine Emmerich is seeing the mermaid people. I'm gonna like point and see if he has like a staff or whatever, and I want to reach down and I want to grab Anton's body from him to give him an opportunity to concentrate or do whatever he needs to do.
Sure. You have a long time while the anchor rises. It'll take quite a bit for it to come up. I don't remember the rate that we said, but I think like 20 feet per minute is reasonable, maybe 50 feet per minute. So you're 500 feet down. It'll take at least 10 minutes, bare minimum, to raise the anchor all the way up. Lots of time. And the mermaids don't seem too bothered. You know, you're clearly a threat and you're 30 feet away, but not doing anything. So they're just chilling and doing their thing. They can see the anchor coming up. They see Emmerich on the rise. No concerns whatsoever. Still doing their thing. Time passes slowly until Emmerich and Tyrael are reunited.
Yeah, all right. So I pass off Anton's body to Tyrael. And maybe he can, like, heft him above the water to the people on the boat.
Yeah. I want to push, like, Anton's body up to the boat. While still remaining underwater if I can.
Yeah, you can push Anton's body so it's, like, near the surface. But it's tough because he's still wearing his armor, so he would sink. So lifting Anton to the surface is going to require both arms and like your legs wrapped around the chain, and you find yourself in a position where you're going to get to keep him at the surface will probably lift you out of the water because he's so heavy with all of his armor on. You know,
The people from the boat not reach down and help?
Yeah, are they able to, or?
in the past, they came down on the side on a skiff and helped bring you guys over. But you know, that was after you guys had breached the surface that they came down. So there's not a lot of communication happening here because of our limited language abilities at this moment. So I'll just roll a die and see when they deploy. They're kind of waiting for you, but ooh, 19, very good. The skiff gets lowered. They see Anton's unconscious body pushed up, a little bit of blood in the water around him, and they come down to try and get him as you...
I will use my offhand, like, so one hand's on the chain. I'm going to use my other one to try and, like, keep Tyrael stable so he can use both hands to push Anton up without falling back.
Let me pull back my statements a little bit here, because, Nick, you're riding the anchor, right? And the anchor isn't going to stop underwater. They're just going to pull the anchor all the way up. So by the time Anton's body gets to the surface, you're already in a position where the anchor is rising to be out of the water very, very soon. You know? Does that make sense?
No, yeah, but is there anything to hold on to?
Once the anchor's out of the water, it's just endless sea below you.
Okay, well, let me retract some actions a little bit.
Yeah.
Is it possible to have, like, rested Anton's body on the anchor itself so I could have a spare hand whilst holding onto the chain?
Keel him over it. Not keel him, but lay him over the anchor.
So as we're approaching... I don't want to do this too soon, because I don't want to get ganked by mermaids when Tyrael can't help. But maybe when I'm, like, 2 minutes from the top, I might blast. I might start blasting.
Well, 2 minutes from the top, that's 2 blasts, right? And Tyrael can always climb down quicker.
Well, yeah, he could climb down towards me. Yeah. I mean, the range is like 400 feet now, so I could definitely have been doing this all the way up.
You
but I'll
could
just
have
start
been
from
master
like...
blasting them from the moment you saw them.
But I'll start from like 100 feet away. So I will open fire. Correct?
So when you're 100 feet away, 2 rounds from the surface, you want to start opening fire with your wand?
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. So there's 2 working on the boat and 2 on guard, looking at Tyrael.
3
right?
on guard and 2 on the boat.
All right. I'll just shoot one of them.
Which one?
One of the ones on guard. Sorry.
All right.
Okay, in the description of this, sorry guys, this is going off. Where am I right now? Am I next to or like right on the rope on top of Imric?
You are on the chain, sliding down it as it gets pulled up. They're 100 feet below you. The merfolk, mermaids, are looking at you and looking down at them.
Oh wait, so we haven't pushed Anton's body up to the boat? Did we rewind on
No.
it?
Yeah, we had to rewind on that because the way the anchor is just going to come out of the water. It's not going to sit below the level.
Gotcha.
It's
Okay.
just going to...
9 damage.
The first magic missile goes off and skewers a mermaid, ripping her guts open. Blood and entrails float through the water. The other merfolk immediately abandon their posts and swim away.
Yeah, I thought so. Cowards. All right, then we proceed as planned and, breach the water and get onto the ship.
You pull out of the water. The skiff comes over to grab you guys. You're all hoisted onto it. Climb up the ropes. Anton's body gets raised up with many hands, and you make it to the deck. Your captain and crew come over to take a look and see what's happening. How'd it go? Successful? Mostly.
We might have to go back, but I'll have to discuss it with these two. But our brother here, he's wounded. We need to get back to land so we can help heal him up. We should be quick. The
Thought you
mermaids
were
are
all magical and
boats.
shit.
Yeah, he's the one with the healing. Look, let's get going. Those mermaids, they were doing something to the hull.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Tyrell, did you see what they were doing?
I shake my head. Not entirely sure, but it didn't look good. There were a couple of them that were focused on the hole. I don't know if they were trying to create a hole or set the ship afire or something or what, but should probably leave.
Captain turns on his heel and calls for a man named Harold, who comes over running quickly. Captain explains to him the situation. Harold takes a dive overboard to go investigate what the fuck was happening with the bottom of the ship. A few moments later, he pops back out, climbs up the roping on the side of the ship, and tells you that there are a pair of holes being slowly twisted into the boards of the ship. Some sort of screw-like mechanism, some sort of like hand-turned drill type mechanism that has been slowly breaching the hull of your ship.
Is it okay? Did they remove it before any damage was done, or?
Well, they now send scouts down into the very bottom of the ship where the ballast is kept to report back that the ship is slowly taking on water. Not a lot, not like buckets full at a time, but the hull has been lightly pierced, and the ship is beginning to fill.
But
That
not
should be
buckets
fine
full,
though,
so
right?
it sounds like they can handle it, right?
At the moment, as it stands right now, they can bucket brigade the water out of the ship, and everything should be fine.
Yeah, so let's
But
go
if
back.
it gets any bigger,
Yeah, they need to fuck off then.
Yeah, they've gone though. Yeah, we're all right. Let's leave.
okay, you guys begin to sail away. A few minutes pass.
Oh no.
And the report comes back up from the people bucket brigading that there is a sound at the base of the hull. And the water intake has slowed for a moment, but it sounds like turning. It sounds like grinding. They can hear the wood creaking and bending.
Maybe, Captain, maybe if you could lower the anchor 50 feet down into the water, my brother and I could go down there and scare them off.
Can't you just swim?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm dead, so this is me just talking as a human, okay? Can't you just, swim in the water? You can go down there, swim
Yeah, I
a
guess I
little bit.
wouldn't sink, yeah.
Yeah, you're not gonna sink. You'll be able to shoot your magic missile. You don't need water breathing to be under there for a few minutes. You just pop them and then move.
Pop and move.
Yeah, pop and move.
Can we get a skiff into the water? Tyrell could stay in the skiff. Or would you sink, Tyrell? You're not encumbered either, right? You could go down without sinking.
Yes, correct.
It's probably best to have the anchor just 20 feet in and just leave it there. And then as you hear turning or whatever, you go down, hold on the anchor, and just start blasting them. You could just even stay there.
It's going to be a bitch to navigate the ship with the anchor. It drops from the prow, and it's going to throw off your ruddering and direction sense.
Well, we can stop for 10 minutes.
Yeah, if you want to stop and drop it and then start again, that'll work.
Sure.
Yeah, I
Look,
think
Alright.
that's the best.
So the anchor plunges into the water. The chain doesn't release freely. The sailors slowly let it unwind, and you stroll down the chain, Nick.
Both me and Tyrael are going because I'm going to need some backup if they like mass attack me.
Okay. You guys come below the surface, and as you breach the surface or plunge beneath the surface, you can see a group of mermaids swimming off away from you.
Can I try and kill one of them on the way out?
Mm-hmm. What's the range on your wand?
What level was the guy who made it?
Wands are 10th level items.
So 160 yards, 480 feet.
Okay, so you can make one attack before the mermaids are gone.
5.
Oof. It does not kill a mermaid.
Okay. All right, I start climbing back up. I stick my head out of the water, breathe. All right, they've run off. Let's get back moving again. We might need to do this a few times before we get back.
Yep. And you guys continue to move. A little bit later comes the report of the sounds of twisting wood, bending, being split apart. The ship is taking on more water now. These holes are being made slightly larger and slightly larger, and it's hard to catch this. You're not really catching it the moment they start. These mermaids are working slowly so as to avoid detection. It's not until something gets adjusted and water starts flowing in more rapidly that people realize what's happening. Yeah.
Is it possible to judge like how much water? These guys are sailors. Could they know how much water is in like a given section of the ship? I'm sorry. Let me just ask my question. I have a bag of holding that can carry 500 pounds and weighs 15 pounds. Is it possible that I could like open it, put 400 pounds of water in, dump it over the side, and then like do that over and over again? Because like I could transport water pretty efficiently that way. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, but it will require an intelligence check, and a failed intelligence check means you overload the bag at some point and it rips and breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
If we...
Am I able to use my listening skills if I sit at the bottom of the ship to hear, like, as soon as they start to an area so that I can point them to it to go and knock them off or to minimize damage to the ship?
Yes, you would be the best candidate to actually hear these things going on. If you can make me a detect noise or eavesdrop check or whatever you want to call it, then you would be able to notice these things the moment the crank gets applied to the ship and wave folks over. But so you'll be able to hear them going forward, but at this moment, you and Nick are still on the top deck.
Okay. Yeah, can I go down to the... Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's deal with the next group. Let's deal with this group, and then we can start this plan of material listening for the next group, right?
Okay, gotcha, sure.
Yeah, so we throw the skiff overboard. I jump down onto the skiff with Tyrael, and then we both dive into the water as soon as I get a glimpse of them.
Both dive into the water. The mermaids are off. It looks like they departed. Probably the moment the skiff hit the water, they started to swim away from the ship.
Can you get a blast off or no?
Yeah, roll me an initiative roll. See if you have made it down all the way beforehand.
Okay.
They get a 6 total.
Nope.
Yeah. So by the time the skiff hits and you and Tyrael are in, and then you get underwater, the mermaids are out of range or not visible enough to be targeted through the waters.
All right.
But they're gone. And pull the skiff back up. Pull the ship, pull everything back up. Start making progress again.
Wait. I know which direction we're sailing in, and if I imagine they're coming probably from around the temple's direction, and I know where they're going on the bottom of the ship. I want to be on like the rail of the ship that would best allow me to see them approaching. So I feel like maybe I might be able to spot them just under the surface of the water and shoot them from the bow of the ship. The deck, I mean.
That's possible. Absolutely. Make me a perception check.
So I'm just what I'm going to do while I wait for Tyrael to hear them and tell me, otherwise. Okay.
Yeah. You are sailing east, I believe, and, This light is just reflecting off of the water in a very uncomfortable way. You're getting light blinded by it as you're scouting out for them. Tyrael, once again, after a little while, you will hear the mermaids begin their cranking and their plying, and the ship is once again under attack.
These fucking things. I throw the boat in.
The skiff plops back down underwater.
Wait, in fact, yeah, I throw the boat in and then I wait a second to try and spot them running away. And if I don't see them, I'll jump into the skiff.
You don't see them. You run over to the skiff from the back of the boat, over to where the skiff is,
wait.
climb down inside.
I call for maybe someone to come with me as well, so I'm not down here on my own.
Mm-hmm.
If I assume Tyrael's too far away, so...
Tyrael's in the base of the ship, right? He sends messengers up to let you know what's happening, and then... So you guys don't have, like, shouting
I ask, like, a deckhand, someone who's got a sword or something to jump down with me.
Yeah, one of the Marines will do so. And you guys can look underwater, and sure enough, they've swam away by the time the...
Initiative, no?
No, yeah, I guess we can. The way you described
7.
it made it sound like there was a lot more lag than before.
No, there's not. I'm trying to be quick.
3 and 3 is 6 for them, so once again, they are barely out of range by the time...
How much distance are we making between attempts?
They seem to be... Between the first and second time, it was maybe like a 15-minute break. Then between the second and third time, there was maybe a 10-minute break. So...
Is the
plus
skiff
the time
attached
to
to the
pull
ship?
things up, pull things down. The skiff has some ropes that attach to pulleys that allow you to raise and lower it. That's on the side of the ship. So it's a bit of a slowdown, but not a ton, to raise and lower the skiff.
Could we just leave the skiff in the water?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, me and this Marine are just gonna...
drag.
We're gonna stay in the skiff.
Okay.
Oh, wait. It could get capsized, couldn't it? Wait, could it get capsized because it's attached by ropes? Guess it couldn't.
Probably. It could get...
That sounds like it would take a lot of
It could
strength.
get pushed to the side, and you could fall out. So it could not... It is in a position where capsize is not possible, but removal of occupants by turning is.
Okay, so we'll climb back out, but leave the ship in the water, so there's no dragon throwing it down there.
Okay.
And we can just jump off the ship into the boat, right?
Yeah.
Or not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Progress is slow. With Tyrael down there and his good ear pressed to the hull of the ship, you can hear them as they approach and start causing problems. And deckhands can run up and deliver messages. And this process can be repeated over and over again, making slow progress away. After
I keep an eye on keeping an eye on the skiff just in case they try and fuck with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
After about 2 hours, the mermaids stop their attempts. Your ship is taking on a significant amount of water. And let's go to the world map and see how far away you are from a safe port. So we were over here. The closest safe port is Outlast, 156 miles from where you are, roughly. 150 miles, call it.
Wait.
Is it Gnome pretty safe?
These are, in theory, neutral ports. The people of Nome might not have any problems with you guys coming and stopping to repair your ships.
Wait, are we not heading back to the Wakasha Bluffs?
Is that where you want to go?
For what?
Well, I don't know, the quickest way back to land and wait and heal you up.
Oh.
So this needs to be a discussion with your captain, because he's telling you you're taking on water. He needs to make for port.
Yeah, well, can we repair the boat ourselves? Like, it's only a few holes, right? Can't they fill the boards up?
You're going to need, because the holes are below the water line, you're going to need to pull the boat all the way out of the water to repair them. You can't fix the holes while they're underwater, because you need to put, like, tar in there. So the tar needs to be hot, so it's liquid enough to be applied, and then it needs time to dry. And you can't apply the tar on top of, like, into something that's underwater. It won't dry properly, and it won't stick in. It's a significant problem when your boat has a hole in it, they say.
Do we have enough
Probably
time
need
to, like,
about it.
are we going to make it to Outlast or no?
It's looking dicey. We're going to have to roll some dice to figure out what's going on.
So if you can't make it to Outlast, what does he say about Gnome? It's about half the distance.
Well, they might have ports there, but I'd rather drown than talk to a gnome.
Really?
That means Koibu doesn't want to roleplay as a gnome.
Wait, can't we pull the ship out of the water ourselves? Like, is it not possible? How many of us are there? Can we not tie ropes to it, pull it out onto the shore?
Look, lad, I don't go around telling you how to work your magics. I don't say take a hair out of your ass and wave it under my nose to cast Stinking Cloud, do I?
I get it, but you're telling me that we can't make it to Outlast and you won't go to Gnome, so what? Are you saying that we're going to take a good chance?
We can get to Gnome if it comes to it, but it's the last resort.
I guess you're the captain.
Yeah.
What's our first resort? What are we doing?
We try to go to Outlast, and if we take on more water than we can unload, then the gods will help us. We'll have to go to Flang.
You can't think of. We don't have any spells.
I was gonna say, what if we pass Flang and it gets too dicey, like halfway between Flang and Outlast? Then what?
Well, Pike's Point is there, but we might make it to safety. Our ship would probably be impounded. We might be taken prisoners, but we'd be alive.
Okay, how about you dumb fucks make him go to Gnome? Just speed this along. Fuck the captain.
Well, it sounds like there's something we're missing in terms of another potential solution.
No, I think he's just racist.
I haven't got any spells that will repair the ship or any way to drag it from the water. No. So, if it can't be done with physical means, then...
God. May the gods have mercy on us, he says as he swings the wheel and sets course southbound for Gnome.
And we don't have enough buckets to just be like emptying the water as it comes in?
Yeah, you can bucket brigade. That's what you have been doing. But how do we say? The danger is that because of the pressure and everything that's happening, that the ship will begin to take on more and more water over time, that the injury to the ship will grow in magnitude. And then there's also there's nighttime. People can't work 24 hours a day around the clock. So you might make really good progress during the day, and then as people sleep, the ship could take on a shit ton of water at night. Or people will just get exhausted and the bucket brigade slows down.
All right, well, we're going to Gnome.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. The party sets sail for Gnome.
I've never been to Gnome.
MrMouton, you've been unconscious for the whole session so far. Would you like to roll me a effective sailing check for the whole ship? Let me grab my book so I know what roll we're making.
Okay.
We're gonna do...
We've got a great captain, so I hope there's pluses.
We're gonna do... we're gonna improvise a seaworthiness check. And this will be based on the ship and the crew, and this will basically tell us how well we can keep the boat afloat. So I can find the seaworthiness roll.
You know, we've got a dragon to kill on Gnome.
That's
And
true.
it's one of the weakest ones.
Oh, shit.
May as well do it while we're here. Fuck it.
Well, it'd be nice to level up first. But we can't
Yeah,
level
the
up.
fighter
until
level
we
would
get
be really
Drakus.
nice. Because we get another hit, I think. We get another attack.
Yeah, +1 to hit every level as fighter.
Okay.
No. Like,
So-
we can attack twice around.
No, it's level 7.
Oh, it's 2 levels.
To get all the way to Outlast would have been a flat seaworthiness check. Flang is about half the distance, I believe.
Mm-hmm. 70
it's
versus
about
like 150.
80 miles, yeah. So you can make me a seaworthiness check at +5. The seaworthiness roll for your ship is a 12. So to get to Flang, it's a d20 plus 12 plus 5. If you just want to go straight to Outlast, it's a d20 plus 12.
So d20 plus 12 plus 5.
Let's take a break, everyone.
That's a good
We'll
roll.
see you guys on the other
Nice
side.
job.
You know. Nice one.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tombs of Scoria. That late afternoon, that evening, really, there is a sudden burst noise that comes from below the decks, and screams cry up from below as sailors run out crying, It's burst! It's burst! The captain takes a look around and knows that this is the end of this ship. He calls for all hands to abandon. It's going down. There's nothing you can do.
Where
They
are
come
we in the
over
ocean?
to Anton, and they look at you guys and say, there's only the one skiff. We're going to have to take whatever bits of wreckage we can, float on him, and hope we can get to land. But the unconscious man, this is a tough situation. We put him on a boat, he'll be taking the place of 3 men. How do you value his life?
We nod.
Is he
We
worth
understand.
3 men?
We're gonna have to leave him behind.
I say to Tyrrell, maybe we should leave the skiff the sailors and we should use our magic to get out of here.
Oh, you've got a plan to get us all out?
I'm whispering this to Tyrrell, obviously.
Oh.
I don't want to let the others know about this.
For a refresh on the candles, do those carry an infinite number of people?
No.
As many can hold it, which is actually pretty limited. You can realistically get like maybe 6 people on it at one time.
Could we use it with Anton if he's unconscious? Like if we hold his hand?
He's like an
Yes.
object at that point, yeah.
Yes.
Or wait, do you have to have
But
the
there's a
place
bit of
in
a
mind?
problem.
How does that? Wait,
Yeah.
problem what?
That's the
Well,
problem.
as you mentioned, you have to have a place in mind. Everyone has to think on the same destination at the same time. If Anton's unconscious,
Oh, this is easy.
We just have to whisper like images of our
Well-
mother into his ear, and he'll think of home.
Either that or Nick uses his amulet, sees what I'm thinking about, what I'm dreaming about, and then maybe he could take us there.
What if you're dreaming of like the brothel in?
Well,
Some
Anton
random
has
farm.
nice dreams, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
I mean, okay, we could, Tyrrell, you could whisper things about home in his ear, and I could use the amulet to check when he's thinking of home, and then we light the candle. Or we could leave the sailors to die and just risk the boat.
I mean, we can't leave the sailors to die.
Yeah, we have to do everything we can to save them. Is there enough space on the boat if we leave for all of them?
no. Absolutely not.
Okay,
This is not
talk-
a lifeboat.
Give us some numbers. Skiff. Why do they have lifeboats on this? What are we? This fucking Titanic?
It wasn't until well after the Titanic that there were mandates to have lifeboats to hold the whole crew, and this is not a traveler boat. Lifeboats were not a thing. You just didn't have the space for them.
What
How many people do they need to take so they can fit everybody on the lifeboats?
Yeah.
Is the question.
Well, there's 30 people on the ship. The
Oh my
skiff
God.
can hold 6.
Okay, so some people are dying. Let's fucking move on from that. We
There's,
How
wait,
far
there's,
are we from
you
land?
said Skip can hold 6. There's how many on the boat?
30. Plus
Oh.
the 4 of you.
3 of us.
And then you.
How
this,
far are we from the land?
Yeah, this red circle. Does that represent where we are right now?
That's
About.
where you were. You've made it some distance, so you're kind of close to Akuba, but like anyone landing in Akuba is going to be like captured as a prisoner of war and probably sold into slavery.
We're not at war with Cuba.
Yeah, we're not at war. We just don't like
No,
each
but
other
they're at
much.
war with themselves, and maybe they'd let you go if you trust in a Cuban. But chances are, with your bad blood and the state of their civil war, they're going to need some manpower. And look at this. Fresh manpower with no rights, just washed up on the beach.
Okay.
They'll sell you into slavery.
Nick, just tell them where to go to see the apostles. They'll go there, help them out. Give them that, and then get the fuck out with the candle. You tried your best.
I disregard Anton's advice since he's unconscious, and I'm clearly hallucinating. All right, Tyrrell, here's the options, right? We can just teleport out now and try and hope that Anton doesn't fuck it up when he's unconscious. Or we could go in the boat and take the place of some of them. Some of them are going to die anyway. Maybe it's all that can be done.
Real
or
quick.
Maybe we could try and walk along the bottom of the ocean.
These are like sailor people, right? Like these guys are tough people.
I mean, they're sailors, yeah. I don't know what
Like
you're
if
trying
I
to
were
mean
like
there.
warrior-wise, these guys are like level 1, level 2 fighters at least, right?
No.
Maybe. No.
No.
Life on the
These are
7
sailors.
seas, pirates.
These are sailors. They can man the ropes really well. They know all sorts of stuff about ships, but when it comes to combat, they are 0th level fighters.
I just think if we're only 6 miles away from shore, there's a pretty decent chance that if we just cling on to some like shrapnel, the sailors might make it back. And if we go with them, we can help them regroup and maybe help talk them out of being captured.
Please God, don't make it that episode where we help randoms.
We can't just leave all these sailor guys to die.
Please God, just use the fucking candles.
We can't use the candle. You're asleep. You're sleeping.
We just talked about a way to do it.
And there's no way, Koibu. I would lose respect for Koibu as a DM if he would say we could read your thoughts and you were randomly thinking of a home and then we teleport back at the same time.
It would be like, oh, you're thinking of like this place, and then you guys are like, okay, I'll think about that place. Like, fuck it, and then we'll go somewhere random. Oh.
Okay, put on the ESP amulet and read his thoughts. What is he thinking about right now?
Try it. Start whispering in his ear.
Thoughts.
What?
He's unconscious from wounds. There's no surface thoughts.
There's no thoughts. I shake my head. It's like a fucking desert in there. There's no thoughts at all.
Okay. Clearly we have nothing to do right now except go to shore, right? No, all options before us. We have to go to shore first.
Yes.
There's nothing besides that we can...
Running around as you guys chat, grabbing whatever little bits of precious, hacking doors off of hinges, creating flat surfaces on which to float themselves. Just to add some tension.
Yeah. We can maybe put Anton on a door and drag him along behind us on the boat.
Yeah. Wait, are they gonna let us on the skiff?
They're offering to put Anton on the skiff.
Okay.
Because he is wounded.
Oh, they will put Anton on the skiff.
If you're willing to give up 3 other people's lives, you know, you're sort of nobles here.
Wait, can't they all swim? Can't we all just swim?
Not everyone can swim.
What? They're fucking sailors? Are you fucking serious?
Sailors.
I'm pulling off of historical accuracy here.
Koibu's world.
You are pretty far out to sea, and it's getting dark. And even if you could swim all the way to shore, you might get tired. You might drown. The currents might carry you in a different direction. When you're shipwrecked, usually all hands go down.
How many can swim? And how many can't swim? How many are dying?
You want to go pull the crew at this moment of emergency?
Well, I imagine that. Which is fucked.
Yeah, that's what happens in shipwrecks. Everyone gets fucked real hard.
Yeah, but 6 miles off the coast is not as bad as...
6 miles is a long fucking way, okay? I don't know if you're thinking in Britbong or... No, you guys use miles, okay? 6 miles swimming?
I know, Stephen, but most shipwrecks aren't going to be 6 miles from the shore.
I know, but I'm just saying, there's not much difference to a lot of people between 6 miles and 100 miles. You're like...
No, but I'm not talking about swimming back. I'm talking about just, like, staying alive on a piece of wood and washing up on shore.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There's got to be a way... Okay, we've got some badass fucking swords here. Can we start hacking off, like... Or like, removing, like, boards or whatever and shit?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, that's what the sailors are doing. They're cannibalizing the ship to create some sort of life raft system here.
That's what we need. There we go. The life raft.
We need a life raft.
The life raft system.
Yeah, at this point, you're going to be at the mercy of the tides and the winds. You might be 6 miles from shore, but if the tides aren't headed, if the currents don't push you towards shore, you might get swept out into the deep sea. And it's getting dark.
Okay, it's getting darkness.
Wait. I head down to the hold and get our shit out of the chest.
Get what shit? I already have my bag and everything on me, 100%.
Didn't we have some stuff in the chest that we put in there
when we? At least and some other things.
No, I should be holding yours. If it's the Majora's spell book.
No, like my actual spell book.
Oh,
whatever.
sorry, okay.
The stuff in the chest, I get it. I refill my bag. It was that we weren't taking all our bags and stuff down with us.
Yeah.
We've got
you
all
can
that
go grab your stuff. Your ankles are up to the water. The chest is a little bit soaked through. The things inside are still dry. Had you been here another hour later, you would have.
This is the next day or not the next day?
This is the same day.
It's the same
mermaid
day.
Encounters and everything happened during.
Okay, so no new spells, no water breathing spell. If we've got no choice, we've got a little. I mean, we take the raft, right? Our lives are more important.
You're not going to candle it out?
We can't with Anton, right?
Oh, well, I'm not thinking about anything, so it should be an item. It's fine.
What were the specific instructions? What were the specific instructions with the candle?
Hold on to it. Think of the same location between all of you, and that's where you'll go. If you have mixed up locations, it'll be kind of unknown.
Let's think about this.
Wait a second,
If you had a rat on you, that would still teleport with you, right? That doesn't think about where you're going.
Correct.
So the fact that it's biological doesn't necessarily impede the casting of the teleport.
Okay.
It's just people like wander, like they're wandering.
Can we
fucking
Babylon teleport back to the capital?
Thank God, please.
Yeah, we should be able to, yeah.
All right. This is what's gonna happen, okay? We're gonna lay Anton out on the deck, on the top deck, while everyone's running around. We're gonna tell the captain, good luck. We'll send word for you. This shit
What do
is
you mean?
fun. We're gonna take our own way, okay?
You got
Free
room
up
for
space
us?
free up space on the boat for you.
We've got a lot of men here.
We could maybe bring a couple.
No.
No.
Wait.
No?
No, we could actually. We
Yeah.
could bring like 5 or
Yeah.
6.
No, I think we can bring 6 total, so including Anton, it's
So
probably going to be
you're-
a bit awkward, so I think we can maybe bring 2.
You're fucking it up because their minds might wander and not think of the same exact place, and you're gonna fuck it up.
Well, we'll just
fuck
no,
'em.
these guys have all been to the capital, right?
These are nobodies, losers.
The captain might have been to the capital, maybe some of the other folks, but most of these people live in Coxport or Kershwick and have spent their whole lives there.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like look around and I'm gonna pull them in real fast. Raise your hand if you've ever been to Wickthron Renthra. How many raised their hand?
You get like one person who stops what they're doing to pay attention to you. The rest of them are too busy trying to save their own lives to pay any attention to this. Like, who's been to the capital, by the way? It's just
Okay, Koibu, I'm gonna argue for something, okay? And you can't argue against me. This is settled law. Supreme Court already ruled on this case, all right?
yeah.
Okay. In my bag, I have my chain limbs plus my breastplate, my bag of holding. So, must have a pretty wide neck. I want to put Anton in the bag of holding, and then I want us to what? If I can fit my whole armor in there, I must be able to slide him in. No way, Koibu.
Chain limbs are basically, you know, you only need a small area to get that in. The breastplate is pretty tough. That's kind of broad. But I don't know if it means... What is this bag of holding that you've got here? This is the sack over your shoulder, right?
Yeah, this is a big sack.
An XL special.
500 pounds.
XXL carries 500 pounds worth of unconscious humans. I think that's how it was described as me.
I believe so, yeah.
What? I just want to check how much I weigh first. Yeah, 120, 175 plus 93.
Let me open my bag of holding entry.
Neil, so theoretical question here. If I were to cut a hole in someone's stomach, not doing enough damage to bring them to -10, and then poured a healing potion into the hole, would that bring them back up?
There's only one way to try it, man.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Also, I don't know if you can cut into someone's stomach without doing enough damage to bring them to -10. That
What
might
about
not-
the enema?
might be a tough-
Wait a second. Wait a second. What did we say about
The bag of
feeding?
holding is 2 by 4 feet, so I think you can actually fit him in it. He's
Oh,
not
shit.
wider than 4 feet.
What
at
did we
the
say about feeding people potions while they were? Are they really unable to drink for days?
You cannot feed a person a potion while they're unconscious. Correct.
Okay. Is there any exception to the kind of potion? Because we have the elixir
There's no
of health.
exception to this rule.
Okay.
He can go in the bag, right? Neil just said he can go in the bag.
You
Okay.
can go in the
2
bag.
by 4.
But I weigh 264.5 pounds, so you better fucking figure that bag's weight
Okay.
out.
We might have to tear his legs off.
Right.
Just
Also,
you
there's
look
not-
through the bag. I'm going to ask about
Okay.
all the people.
Yeah, do
Safe.
that.
There's also not exactly like a scale here, so you're gonna want to be well on the safe side of 500 pounds.
True.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on. I'm just kind of
All right.
rifling through my possessions real quick. 1 second.
Or just
Neil,
cutting arms and legs off. That's fine too.
I think of some bar in Wickthron Rorenta that me and Tyrael have both been to. It's probably not like a super fancy one. Like maybe, you know, we went out drinking once in this bar and we know it relatively well. One that maybe the sailors on the boat might have been to who are from the city.
Sure.
Yeah? And then I go to the
What's the
captain,
name of
right?
this bar?
Sally's.
This is such a bad idea.
Wait, why
Sally's,
wouldn't we
yeah.
just go to like the room where we always meet Cleritus in the basement of the castle or whatever?
Because no one else
trying
in
to
the
save
no one
other
else in the
people.
keep is gonna know that.
But someone else is gonna think of a different bar, and then you're gonna get fucked. You shouldn't just bring anybody.
We're not
These are
bringing. I don't
nobodies.
think. Oh wait. Oh
These are
true. Wait. Maybe
losers, Nick. These are.
they're not
fucking
just
losers. Who can't
losers. These people
swim.
are important. They're
They're
real human
dying for
beings.
us.
They're dying for us, for
Good.
our fuck up, for our mistakes.
That's fine. We're gonna save so many more people.
Look what you've now you've angered Nick. Oh, he's
It
back.
was you.
Okay,
It
never mind.
said that you did it.
And I was sick. Yeah.
Please,
Oh, yeah,
Nick, don't
Neil,
let
sorry.
them think of a different bar.
Okay, Neil, I go to the captain. I say, Captain, Captain. Hey, this is dire. I'm so sorry this has happened. I think maybe our magic, we can bring maybe 3 of you with us. But it is a condition. It won't work unless we're all thinking of the same place. Do you know the bar?
What sort of magic is this?
Do I tell you how to fucking run your ship? No. I
Yes, you
don't.
try, but I hear your point. People that have been to the capital, huh? Those
Yeah,
are the
well,
only ones
no.
you can save?
Somewhere, there's a bar there. Sally's, you must know it. Great place. There's a girl with red hair, great tits. You know, they've got fantastic gnomes there in the back brewing all the ale. It's amazing. You've got to know it. You know, there's 2 guards on the door. It's near the docks.
The
Do you know
docks
the
of the
place?
capital. The landlocked town.
Not the docks. You know, the warehouse district. It's near the warehouse district.
Wow.
Wait a second.
I hate to tell you, but I ain't never been to no place
No,
called
no, 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 no.
Sally's.
Hold on. Wait, why are we doing this? Everyone here should know the port of Bontheris or Bondundasir. These guys are sailors. There should be a port that we all know.
That could work, yeah. Do we know the port well enough?
Of course we do. We've sailed the world. We're nobles. Nobility.
You guys have definitely been to Kershwick and Bon May. You've probably stopped off at many other ports in time.
Kershwick
Kershwick
is the one, right? That's the one. Okay, Kershwick Port, the bar by Kershwick Port, or because it has to be a specific place. So I'm assuming a bar is better than just the port.
So you want to find a bar in Kershwick that y'all have been to.
Yeah.
Well, the party, the 3 of you, definitely have visited the same bar in Kershwick when you've traveled there.
Wait, can't we just go somewhere in the port that we all know in the port?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to pin it down though in exact
How
location.
hard is it to think of the place that we fucking set off? It's probably not that difficult. Why are you asking about bars?
Yeah, just the port itself.
All right,
That's
if that works, sure.
Oh, sure, everyone knows Kershwick Port. Yeah.
Okay.
The dock in Kershwick? Of course.
All right. So, Captain, I can bring maybe 3 of us, maybe 4, if they got small hands.
He looks out at his crew, looks back at you. You're telling me to pick 3 men to save?
I don't know, Captain. Do the rest of the men not need you here?
Captain does not abandon his men in their time of need. It's called
Yes.
leadership.
No, that's what I'm saying. So, you can pick 3 or 4. I assume you're staying here.
He heads over and taps the youngest boy on the ship, the kitchen boy. He's only 16. This is his first time out at sea. Well, maybe second time. You know, he's new to all of this. He taps the kid and tells him to come talk to you. Then he goes over to his first mate, hits him on the shoulder, tells the first mate that in case no one else makes it home, someone needs to be able to get back and tell everyone what happened. A reliable person who knows the families of the men here and be able to inform everyone back home of the goings-on. First mate comes on over to you. Captain looks around at the rest of the crew. He goes over to Brad. Brad has 12 children. He's the only source of income.
Oh my god.
Brad's got to make it home. The rest of these people, they only have 5 kids. They can all fucking die, but Brad's got 12. He needs to make it home. And you have these 3 people.
All right. I gather them round as this is while like we look to the side and we see Tyrael like shoving Anton's unconscious body into a bag. Ignore that for a moment. Look at me, okay. We're all going to be holding a candle, and when I light the candle, we all need to be thinking of the exact same place. And I think that place is the dock on Kershwick. Do you know it? And I go to each of them. Brad, do you know the dock on Kershwick? You can picture it in your mind. There's the water, the wood, the things, the people. Yeah,
The water
okay.
and the wood, yeah, that's the dock.
He knows it. I nod on him. Okay, I
Wet and
say
woody.
for the next guy. I go through this with all 3 of them, make sure that we're all... I say, once I'm done, if any of you think of anything else, if your mind drifts, we're all likely to get lost in the elemental plane of fire or be eaten by dragons or some terrible fate worse than death, so do not fuck this up. We're all taking a risk here.
Boy quivers in his boots.
Yeah. We're taking a risk here by attempting to bring you with us, but I can't live with it on my conscience if I don't try, so I'm trusting you all.
All right. They agree. The other sailors have sort of stopped what they're doing for a moment as it becomes clear that the three of you plus the three of them are up to something different, and Anton's being shoved headfirst into a bag. If it can spare a few moments, the ship will take an hour or two to sink.
Okay. I wait for Tyrael to be ready.
Okay. I touch.
We're all holding the candle, right? I grab the ever-burning candle, and we're all holding the Babylon candle with our left hands, yeah?
Mm-hmm. We have.
I do one last check.
Yeah.
I scan everyone's mind, make sure everyone's thinking of the dock in Kershwick before I light the candle.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's so good. Anton, I was going to ask you to roll me a D12, a D20 plus 15. Would you do that now?
I'm in a fucking bag, Koibu.
I know, but I just want you to make some die rolls.
15?
So I can, like, avoid the responsibilities.
Wait.
Yes.
What is he rolling for?
I
don't know, but I rolled
everyone
well.
is
Oh.
indeed thinking of the right thing. There was a chance that the kitchen boy was so terrified of the elemental plane of fire and the threat
what
of
he's
landing
thinking
there
about.
that he was distracted. But no, everyone's minds are indeed on the dock in Kershwick.
All right, after I check it,
Level thought.
I focus my own thoughts on the dock, and I take the ever-burning candle to the flame and, I guess, light it and hope.
Tyrael, what are you thinking about?
Thinking about the dock.
Which dock?
The dock in Kershwick.
Okay, cool.
Thank God. Remember the water
There
and
is
the water.
the candle begins to burn. It kind of shoots up almost like one of those like cheap fireworks that just like. And a moment.
Wait a
later-
second. To make sure we're all thinking of the same dock, look at the camera right now, Nick. Look at me. Look at your camera. How do you
Yeah,
look at the
okay.
camera? Don't look away. How do you spell Kershwick?
Kurshwikk.
Oh my God. Beautiful. All right.
Is that right?
We're
Nice.
so there.
Right, 100%.
Bam.
Moments later, after the shower of sparks vanishes, you guys find yourselves standing on the dock in Kershwick.
Oh, thank God. I look down into my hand as the candle are gone.
You have burned 3 inches off the candle.
And these are
There's
6
not a-
inches each.
We've got 2 half candles left. But that took us a long way. 150 miles, so
Pretty based.
we know that we can get
So
about
50
250
miles is
miles.
about an inch.
No, because it only bent 3 inches. So it's like 80 miles for an inch.
Wait, am I an 80? Did you just say we went 150 miles and we burned 3 inches?
250, I think.
Oh,
250.
250 and we burned 3
Yeah.
inches. Okay.
Help me.
Yeah. I run, like, help Tyrael open the bag and pull Anton out before he suffocates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys start doing this. Your sailors are looking around surprised. You can hear the thundering of chainmail and booted feet as a whole slew of armed guards approach. People appearing out of thin air on the dock via magic is definitely call for alarm. The guards are summoned. It can be worked out. We don't have to roleplay through it very much. They'll tell that you're nobles by your accents, by your dress, by your manners. The captain of the guard even recognizes that you guys are the black sheep of the royal family. And after a little bit of confusion, they'll stand down. The captain will stay here. The other guards can back off. He'll stay with a couple of
Wait. With the guard. God, listen. Now that this is settled, we've left some men behind. There was a shipwreck by the Cape of Rohanna. They're all going to be on the
Gone.
shores out there, captured by the Akubans. There may be still survivors if you can spare a boat. There could be loyal men of Drekis to save.
He puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "I'm sorry, son. By the time our ship got there, they'd be long gone. It would take days to get there. They're certainly dead.
Fuck
Or
'em.
taken prisoner. Enslaved by the filthy Akuban dogs. Washed up on the shores of Nome and driven
Okay,
mad. by
all
their
right.
power.
Thank you, sir.
Sucked to death
quite
by
enough.
Leech Island. Engulfed by the maw of the sleeping dragon island. Well gone.
Well, okay.
But
Thanks,
how the
man.
hell did you get here?
I looked at Tyrael. Magic? Teleport.
Yeah. I shrug my shoulders. It's magic.
Clearly.
Are we done here?
I suppose.
Well,
Take me back to the capital for XP.
Captain, I think I need a drink. So if you want to carry on talking, you can find me over there, and I will bring a few more sailors with me.
Before
I'm sure
he
you'll
leaves,
well.
I grab his shoulder and I say, I'm sure the sailors would like to catch up without us being there as a constant reminder of the trouble they've suffered. We need to head to the capital. We need to not waste time tonight in a bar. We need to make for the capital immediately. Maybe you can get a drink once we've caught up, Clotus, with everything that's happened.
I turn to the sailors and shrug. Sorry, guys. You guys are on your own. Nice knowing you.
The first mate claps an arm around the other two, Brad and the little boy, and takes them inside. And you guys can make your way back to the capital. You can hire a carriage, whatever it takes, doesn't matter. You've got money, you've got nobility on your side. The way back to the capital is not fraught with danger.
On the way back, I want to try and scry on the captain with the crystal ball.
Give me just one moment here.
Yeah.
Can't wait to wake up and give you a tongue lashing for leaving them.
What?
Roll me that D100.
I know this guy pretty well, Neil, right?
Yeah, you spent a long time with him on the boat. I would say
14.
I think that is well within tolerances.
Yeah.
So yes, you can envision the captain. When do you do this?
I mean, I'm going to do it every day, I think, for 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm trying to keep track
The first day
of
that
it.
you arrive is the most important one. When do you do it after you appear?
As soon as we're settled in the carriage, right? So we teleport. It takes us a while to speak to the guards and get going. We hire a carriage.
You'll
It's
have
probably
to
a
get
few
the
hours
carriage the
later.
next day because it was getting on towards evening. So that night,
Oh, yeah, that night,
in
yeah.
the dark of night,
By candlelight.
dark of- crystal ball. No? The crystal cube. Crystal ball. You find the captain's body deep under the sea. Mermaids picking him apart, taking off this ring, investigating that thing, looking at his body. There seems to be some sort of cleric or mage who's taking samples of him.
I wave the
his
image
eyes.
away. I wave the image away. I don't want to see it.
Okay.
And I reach for the bottle by the side of my bed and drink myself to sleep.
The next day, you can set off for Wicthron Ramenta.
It's day 2 or day 3 of me being knocked out.
If he
This is the
scries,
second day.
if he scries down there and he specifically remembers like one of the captain's pieces of jewelry, could we theoretically scry on that jewelry later?
Yeah.
Depending on how well he knew the piece of jewelry, yes.
Why are you thinking like go back and find a token to give to his family?
It's just, no, I'm thinking if they take it back to the temple or some shit. I don't know. Maybe not. Fuck it.
Neil, the next day I will try and scry on the glasses as well. I'm going to be doing this a lot, so you might want to keep that table in memory.
Yeah, well, we're also going back to the capital, so I think we can say, since you're going to be taking like a longer rest, eventually you will succeed on your check. But the reality is that you just never find it. And after spending probably a week or so scrying on it once a day, or maybe 2 weeks scrying on it once a day, you can draw your own conclusions, but you should have found it by now. Maybe your description of the glasses is wrong. Maybe the glasses are on another plane of existence. Maybe they don't exist anymore. Maybe some other option out here, but you cannot find them.
I'll bring it up with Clotus instead. Make sure I've got the description right when we get there.
Well, 3 days later, the party arrives in town.
I wake up.
Tyrell wakes up. Anton wakes up, and we heal some HP on the way, right, Neil?
Yeah, but we're also in the capital. You can take a long
Okay.
rest here, and we don't have to worry about the specifics.
Where are we? What happened?
We're back home, Anton. We're back home.
Was
We
it a
had to
bad
use-
dream? The mermaids?
No, that happened. They fucked with the boat. It started to sink. We had to use the teleport to get back here. It was only yesterday you went down, or 2 or 3 days ago.
Good on you, looking out for us.
Until
I
they're all
assume
dead.
the crew perished.
We managed to bring a few back with us using the candle, but the rest are gone.
Well, at least our mission's not in vain. We'll do it for them.
Yeah. Yes. I guess. Well, at least you're still here.
Sure.
And I'll pat him on the shoulder and like I assume he's in bed or something, like having just woken up.
Yeah.
I'll go and get the cook to bring you some food or something. I'll be back in a bit, and I'll walk out.
Wait.
Yeah. Turning around.
Did you get my stuff?
Oh, the circlet. Yeah, I've got it here.
Can I take it?
I reach into my bag and hand it to you.
I'll take it and
Alright,
I'll
Anton.
put it on my head.
When you wear this circlet, it will increase your wisdom to a
Finally.
flat stat. However, let's talk about what that feels like, what that's actually like when you go. What's your current wisdom score?
14.
Going from 14 to I believe it was 18 wisdom.
I believe
Is that
it's
it?
18. I think it's been a long time, but I do believe you said
Yeah.
18.
I'll double check it. It might be 17, but I think it's. Talk to me about the insight that one gains when your wisdom goes from a little bit above average to the like wisest person to exist.
I don't know. It's probably a really strong feeling. Probably something Anton would assume no one else can empathize with. Just becoming immediately, I guess, more knowledgeable about almost everything. It's like ascending, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe Anton feels like it's just right because he's ascended to, Valthara's chosen. So maybe this is just correct. It's how it should be.
Yeah. When you see people and you're talking to them, you find yourself understanding their motivations a little bit better. You know, you're talking with your brother and he's making some sort of sarcastic remark, and you can reflect back on the sort of like lifetime of abuse that your younger brother has taken at the hands of these other people, the sort of outcast looks he's been given his whole life. And it kind of crystallizes why he is a heavy drinker. He's always been the runt of the litter. He's always been the smartest, but also the most rejected member of your posse. Arguably, he's the most capable in a lot of ways, but maybe it's the derision or jealousy. Maybe it's the fact that he's actually brilliant and everyone else around you guys is kind of like, meh. Or maybe it's the fear of his magical powers, but you can see the pain that it's caused him, the trauma of his youth that has driven him to the bottle. You can look to your older brother and see the lost fortune that has driven him to his, we wouldn't call it greed, but there's something that was rightfully taken from him that could have been his. He could have been the king of Drekis, and instead, here he is, and the life of crime that followed. And your attraction to Valthara, the vengeance from the time you were burned, you can sort of see how things shape those around you. And I'm impressing this upon you because I think there is an addiction to that level of insight and knowledge. If you strip away the crown, the circlet of insight, it would be like, wearing super fucking dark sunglasses all of the time. All of a sudden, you would sort of lose your ability to understand people's motivations and how they function, what brings them to who they are. This door, once opened, is difficult to shut. And loss of this item would be not necessarily mechanically disadvantaging you.
It's like Flowers
but it
for
could
Algernon,
be-
right? Like kind of that feeling or whatever.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's like a book. It's like a short story about, I think, a mouse who gains.
Wait,
like,
flowers for what?
Algernon, right?
Algernon.
What?
Algernon?
Wait, it's about a mouse?
Yeah, I believe
No,
so.
it's about
Wait.
a guy who's really
It's a
stupid.
laboratory mouse who has undergone surgery to increase his intelligence. The story is told by a series of, I don't know. It's a science fiction book. No?
Wait, so your character's like a mouse now?
You're
No, I found
fucking
it's
read.
definitely about a person.
No,
who...
he's just trying to fucking rile me up, and he did it because he's stupid.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have this increase of insight, and I think you will find yourself unwilling to part with this crown.
True.
But, as you will.
The precious.
Yeah, my new
Precious
precious. Yeah.
indeed.
Yeah.
What was the other item that we got?
Crystal ball.
The scrying ball.
Well.
And I think this lets me talk to my deity at any time, right?
probably not, any time, but definitely a much greater connection to your deity and a better length of conversation and communication. Absolutely.
I'll hit her up. Did we do well against Adinus? We killed a lot of her people. She attacked us for whatever reason.
So, did we do right by Nadinus?
Yeah, well, it'll be like Nadinus attacked us. We made sure to kill them all in your honor for stopping us on our way to Scoria.
Velthara will speak to you in tones that impart a certain level of caution. She tells you that you indeed did well. You slaughtered the merfolk that killed your people. Your preemptive vengeance was completed. Their numbers are greatly diminished. Their head cleric under the sea in that region is gone. One of their best knights is slain, dead of her wounds. You have done very well. However, she is most unhappy with you. And you will find in the future that she will put obstacles in your path where possible. She will effectively be trying to stop you in your tracks because of her personal, petty obsession with you. Your railing against her, your theft of items from a sacred temple, your slaughtering of her folk has made her most angry. But don't worry, Velthar is here to help you.
Anton is quite pleased, and he will heal himself.
Cool.
Are we staying in the keep or no? We're in our house in the city, right?
Yeah, you got your house.
Yeah. So I'll go and get some food from the cook, and then
Were you long resting, baby?
Yeah, we're getting XP.
Yes.
yeah.
Oh. So,
We need to go and speak to Cletus, but yeah. I assume we'll do that in a couple of days or something.
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. What do you guys want to do in town before we, set out for future travels?
Yeah. If we've got time, I'm going to try and acquire some more spells that I can just get hold of right now. Probably.
Mm-hmm. Probably, depending on which ones they are.
Cat's Grace. Melf's Acid Arrow and Web.
Cat's Grace, Melf's Acid Arrow, and Web.
And then at level 3, Spectral Force, Spirit Armor, and Vampiric Touch.
Melf's Acid Arrow and Web, you can get. Cat's Grace, I need to roll for.
Okay.
Oh, is there supposed to be
you
music
cannot
playing?
Get Cat's Grace. Yes, there should be music playing. You might have to refresh your browser.
Gotcha, Koibs.
What about
Cat's Grace is not available. The other two were. What next ones?
Spectral Force, Spirit Armor, and Vampiric Touch?
Spectral Force you can get. Spirit Armor. The 3rd level spell. There's a necromantic version.
Yeah, not that. Not the necromancy version. The other one, Conjuration is.
Conjuration one that is also unavailable, sadly. And what was the 3rd one from 3rd level?
Vampiric Touch.
Vampiric Touch is also sadly unavailable.
Okay.
Got rolls today. Right, experience. Go ahead.
I'll roll to learn these, but as well. I guess I'll do that now because it'll impact my experience.
Yeah.
So Melf's, then Web, then Spectral Force. Melf's, yeah. Web, yeah. Spectral Force, no.
Okay. There was all the happenings at the temple, Rohana's tomb. There was the tomb of the Sky Temple, Sunken Sky Temple, Let's get some XP for these things. Experience generator. Okay.
So, can you lose your mind, Nick, from looking at the crystal ball too much? Or how
Yes.
does it work? Is that like
Depends
over
on how
time,
well.
or...
Depends how well you know the target. So if it's unfamiliar to you, you can't really look more than once a day.
Got it.
But if it's someone you know well, you can do it more often.
What if you keep trying? Like, is it just like a D100 to lose your mind, or how's it work?
Yeah, I think it's an intelligence check or lose 1 point of int and go insane until healed. But lose the int permanently.
Oh, wow.
Something like that, anyway.
Oh, and then I can just change my int to 18 on the thing, right?
Your whiz.
Oh, my wit, sorry. Oh, man. We got so many spells now.
Nine, and they do 7 damage. 18 hit points on our Merknight are 7, 5. It's a lot of experience for those Merknights.
Yeah, they were pretty tough, though.
Mm-hmm. And the giant lobsters that they were riding. Gonna be 4 here.
The penis monsters.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time we got XP?
It wasn't too long ago. Like 2 sessions ago.
It was right before we took off on the ship trip, I thought, right? To the west?
Yeah, because we got the Rohana's tomb stuff, but we didn't get XP for that.
Yeah.
So that's more like quest XP.
And the lobsters are 1, 9. 2 of them, and the caster. Oof.
Oh yeah, the golem and the tomb as well.
Experience.
It was like a stone golem, right, Nick?
forgot about the
Yes.
The tomb
Yeah,
golem.
stone golem.
Oh, stone golem.
It's worth a lot of XP.
Yeah, and
If
I get
I
plus
recall.
10% now because of my wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you both do.
I thought I got, is it 10 or
He's only
15%?
10, right?
10%.
10%.
Two, 15. Here. Plus 2, 6. Okay. And the stone golem. I think you guys might break 20,000 each.
What, like from this session?
From the last, 4 sessions before...
Holy shit.
Because right now we're at 53,436 XP. And that's before the golem and all of your personal XP gets added in.
Fuck, I had good ideas, but I don't remember them.
You said how much XP each? 12,000?
Not
He
yet.
hasn't said
No,
yet.
he's not.
done
He's
yet.
still
Not
talking.
yet. Damn.
He said 20,000.
Wait, really? Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
But that'll be split between classes, you know. When's the next fight level? Is it 36? Yeah, 32.
Yeah, 32.
So we're definitely going to level to fighter 6.
$6949. Okay. So we've got the Golem, which was the only creature you fought during the whole Rohana thing. You talked to the monks there, you befriended them, you told them the truth of the situation, you got through Rohana's tomb, you defeated all the traps, grabbed the shit, got the fuck out. Almost died, didn't quite. Then you hopped on the ship, found the location, went down, fought all the creatures there, looted all the shit, and fucked off. Survived a shipwreck. That's actually worth some experience just for that encounter altogether.
And we saved some of the crew.
And you saved some of the crew, and you made it home. So all of you all can get 20,800. Let's do a little bit of rounding. 20800.
All right.
Divided
and
between
then,
your classes, of course.
And then how many hit dive creatures did we defeat?
That is a big number. Let's see. It was 14 for the Golem, plus each of the merfolk were 2 hit dice, and I think there were 20 of them, plus the 6 knights, which were 7 hit dice, plus the trite, which was 6 hit dice, plus the 2 barnacles, which were, I think, let me check here. Barnacles were 11 hit dice, and there were 2 of them.
Oh.
Plus the crabs, which not the crabs, the lobster folk, which were mounted mermaids. Lobsters were, I think, 8 dice, so that's 16. And I think, oh, then you also killed 2 more. Killed 1 more mermaid while fleeing. That's another 2. It's 142 hit dice worth of monsters.
I'm on level 5, so it's 50 XP per one of those.
So that's another 7,100 for your fighter classes.
Well, goddamn. All right, and then I think I cast 24
Do we get 10% of that
levels.
or no? Sorry.
Not usually.
Only
no.
if you have 16 strength.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, wait, real quick question on the fighter thing. Why is it that why do we get 2 attacks every 3 rounds?
Because you are expertised with your weapon.
Gotcha. Okay. So when we hit warrior level 7, we'll get 2 attacks every single round.
With the weapon that you have expertise with.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
All other weapons will then be 3 every 2.
Are we doing individual XP now?
Yeah, I think we're
Like
doing
spells?
individual XP. Yeah, what do you got for spell levels here?
800 XP worth. I had Call Upon Faith, Choose Future, Hold Person, Nap, 5 Cure Light Wounds, and 1 Cure Moderate Wound.
Yep.
And then I want to argue Ethos, Furthering, Destroying Nadina's Clerics, and I think I defiled one with like a Velthara symbol. And I guess maybe getting the Circlet.
The circlet, I will give you definitely another 1,000 XP for acquiring. Furthering Ethos, you kind of got Premature Vengeance.
Yeah.
Which is sort of a way of saying starting a vengeance cycle. So I'll give you another 400 for that.
Awesome.
I think I cast 26 levels worth of spells and learnt 4 levels worth of spells for a total of 1,700 XP.
26 levels of spells plus how many levels of learned?
4.
So yeah, 1,700. That sounds good.
Yep.
Mr.
50
Rowe?
for the recap, right?
I
100 recap.
I did 11 thief things.
11 thief things. Go. Humbles Monastery. Love it. Sounds good. So that's 11 times 200. That's 2,200.
I had a quick question. Or what it was? Oh,
There's like clever ideas and stuff. But...
yeah. I don't remember any of mine. Sorry.
Neither do I. But I've leveled up both classes, so I don't care.
What if we had a clever idea but it didn't work?
What's the clever idea?
I thought pretending to understand the monk when I couldn't speak the language and then nodding along with him and talking, I thought it was pretty clever.
Yeah, that was pretty clever. I'll give you 100 experience for that.
Hell yeah. Is that split between both? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll also do, I had a great idea. I think setting the monk free and just being honest with them, telling them our plans or whatever, trusting them, and then having the idea to use the truth candle to write the letter of liability so that they had some assurance that we weren't going to double cross them or whatever in order to gain information and trust from them. I thought that was a pretty good idea.
That's a pretty
Good
clever idea as well. Why don't you take 300 for that?
Okay.
ESPing the crew before we teleported.
I'll give you 100 for that.
Making my group go back to the monks to talk to them to figure out where the Nadina's temple actually was instead of like wandering the sea.
Yes, thank you. Take 200 for that. That was beautiful. I was really worried you guys were just going to try and walk around under the ocean to find something in the middle of the sea.
Oh, telling Nick to use his axe of electrocution saving.
You were unconscious at that point, weren't you?
I was, yes.
Oh, having the
Track
idea to
experience
pick
for that.
the port because we're all sailors for a teleport candle instead of trying to go to the capital or something like that.
Yes, 100 for that.
Okay.
That was me, I'm pretty sure, who said the port rather than anything, but
I don't remember that.
I don't
you
remember
have
that.
it. I do remember it, but I'll let him have it.
Let's see what else.
You were unconscious. You just
I was
transitioned
unconscious,
your
yeah.
experience.
Putting him in the... So he has no thoughts. We can't take him anywhere. But if we put him in the bag of holding, we can. That was good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, diving into the water and not letting Anton drown. That's pretty clever, right? Would have been sucked if he died.
Oh, also, I think I stole a spyglass from someone. Why?
That was a
When?
long time ago.
It was a
You
long
stole it from the
time ago.
Mistrayan guard when we were in Eridon.
Wait, in the east?
Yeah, that was
No.
really long.
It was somebody on a ship. I stole a spyglass
Oh.
from somebody on a ship.
When we got boarded by the Akubans, you stole their captain's spyglass.
This was a long time ago.
We've already gotten XP for that.
Gotcha. Okay. 'Cause I say
That
I
guy's
have.
just stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the hit die for fighters? What are we rolling?
D10.
I'm just gonna go ahead and throw a max roll here. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. And then you divide it by 2.
Oh, okay. So I'll just go.
Do you only level up one class?
Fuck.
Yeah, I didn't level up fighter or priest.
2 HP for the fighter. The other fighter. Nick, give me that D10 plus, what are we doing? D4s, D6s? D6s, right?
D6.
D10 plus D6 divided by 2.
you.
Ooh,
Cringe.
2.5.
Well, at least it's 3.
Any more ideas? We didn't have any more ideas, guys.
A lot of them were me when I was fucking dead.
I forget all of these ideas. It's
Fuck.
a curse.
A curse?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. You're getting to the point where the combat XP is going to be wildly stripping out the clever idea XP anyway.
Yeah.
Whoa, you don't know how good our ideas are about to be, Koibu.
I hope they're brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What do I
Tyrael, you get an extra plus. You're level 6 now, right? Fighter?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so your hit from level is now 5. Your saving throws, everyone's saving throws might go up. If you look at the, nope, it's not there. Let me send you a link, and you can see your saving throws on this. If you scroll down and look on the left,
Mine do go up.
Everyone's fighter saves will improve, but your cleric, rogue, or wizard saves might be better already. So do some compare and contrast.
Fighter saves go up at level 7, right?
Every odd level.
Yeah, so fighter saves don't go up, but wizard saves do.
Oh, you're hitting level 6. You're right. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Fighter saves are already up. Love it. Nick, what level did you hit as a caster? 6?
6, yeah.
Wizard 6?
Yes.
Very nice.
Save versus spell is now 8.
Tyrael, did you not level as a rogue?
No. I had just leveled last time.
Okay.
And my next level is 16,000 experience away, so.
Yeah, I just leveled priest too.
Neil, I can try and learn 3 more spells.
Yes.
I will pick those 3 that you just said I couldn't get. So, Cat's Grace.
Let me double check the armor. The spirit armor version that you were looking for is one of those spells that's still under construction, and I want to double check and make sure it's not.
Didn't seem incredibly broken. It seemed
let me
kind of
double check
normal.
it, though. Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Cat's
And then
Grace.
the other one was Cat's Grace, right?
And Vampiric Touch.
Yes.
Okay, so this is for Cat's Grace. No. Spectral Armor, no. All fail. Fucking no mind.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, man.
Jesus.
you've
Okay.
had
Nick, what the fuck?
much better luck on your HP, but terrible spell roll luck this campaign.
I just rolled a 3 and a 2. How's that good luck?
Compared to Malachi?
Oh, it's because I got fight levels.
Yeah.
Let's not dwell on it.
You have 28 hit points. You have almost the most HP in the party.
Yeah, no, my HP's not been bad. It's true.
Wait, how much HP? How can you say you have
What?
almost the most HP in the party? There's only 3 of us. That means if he's in second, he's got almost the most.
Yeah, he's in second.
What kind of comparison is this?
I think it's 26, 28, and 30 HP, so it's right in the middle.
Wait, if you got a decimal, does that count or no? I forget.
Nope.
Okay. So 30 damage would bring me to unconscious. I wouldn't have half an HP, right?
Correct.
No. Okay.
Here's an idea for you, Neil, right? Let's say you temporarily boost your intelligence for, say, 3 days, long enough to learn a spell beyond your limit. Then your intelligence drops back down. Is the spell you forget the last one you learned, or would there be a way of rearranging it so perhaps you forget a different one?
It will not be exploitable. So I think it might be a random thing. We might randomize which spell you lose. That might be multiple spells that you lose. You might lose more than you gained. It'll be intentionally a setback.
Yeah, okay. Well, I haven't got any way to temporarily boost it anyway.
Yeah.
I've got strength that I could still try and learn. It's kind of useless for me. It might be good for one of you two.
You already have haste, right?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna hold out and try and get Cat's Grace.
Where are we going
Times,
next?
Yeah, we need to figure
Well,
that
we
out.
need to talk to Cletus, yeah.
We'll go meet with that amazing guy.
All the level up stuff done?
Think so? Oh, do I get one more level 2 spell and one more level 3 spell? So that I can check, Neil. You don't need to.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just one more level 3 spell.
Well, whenever you guys are ready to continue the main stuff, we can do that. But we're also at a nice breaking point, and I think it would be nice to come back and hit the ground running with these, talking to folks and figuring out where you're going. So short break, return, and keep going.
Sounds good. We'll be back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tombs of Scoria. All right, folks, it's time to set out on your next quest. I'm assuming we're going to take about 2 weeks to go through all of this stuff. That time frame might get shifted a little bit. Let's start with the list of things you want to do during this downtime in the capital while you rest, recuperate, learn some new spells, level up a little bit. What tasks did you have?
Well, I'm going to scry on a bunch of stuff with the crystal ball.
I want to visit the Nadina's cleric. Say hello. Drop something off for her.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I have anything to do.
You have the family, right? That you can go talk to if you wanted to. We had made ways with them.
Wait, for what family?
So you got like hit up by the family. I don't know if you want to further that relationship at all. That's just like
to see if they have like a job for us or something.
A job, or if they want to trade more. Yeah, it's just something you could do.
I think I'm okay for now.
Great.
Fuck. Wait. Oh fuck. I was just thinking of something. I don't remember what it was. No, I can't think of it right now. So.
Great.
Wait.
So, Nick, do you want to do crystal balling before or after you talk to Noble, Clerdis and the Queen?
A bit before, a bit after. You know, I can do it every day.
Sure.
I will go and buy. There's something like a healer's kit, right, that would allow somebody without first aid to stabilize without a check.
No.
No. Okay. Is there anything that we can get that would help the roll?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, get a fucking proficiency.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually have a non-weapon
Ooh.
proficiency, but I haven't used it. Can I add
That's a
one?
good point. Does anyone get proficiencies?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait. Did we?
At
Yeah.
6th level fighter, you should be getting a proficiency unless you got it for like, if you're, for example, Steven, you've been leveling up as a rogue, and I think you're taking rogue proficiencies because you get them faster than fighter proficiencies.
Do we choose one or the other? Is it rogue
I thought we
proficiency?
got both, but
You get both, yeah.
Like you get you get the better, whichever
quicker one.
rate of advancement is better. So it should be every 3 levels you get a non-weapon proficiency, and then I think your rogue is just the one that levels more quickly. So
I should get a non-weapon as a wizard and a weapon as a warrior, right? At level 6.
Oh, do warriors get a level?
Yeah.
Or do we get a weapon proficiency right now? As well?
yes, all fighters get a weapon proficiency at level 6.
Can I go any further past expertise with a spear?
Only for single class fighters.
Really? Oh fuck. We're getting fucked.
No, we're not even far.
So should I get axe proficiency or should I just get expertise and sword?
You may as well get axe proficiency, right?
Yeah,
But
the
if
sword
you have
would get
expertise, you'll get to hit twice, right?
Yeah, if I get expertise,
Yeah.
I'll be getting a second attack next level, which is...
I would get expertise then.
Yeah, so I'll get expertise and sword. And then I've got a non-weapon on my wizard.
I have a non-weapon that I'm owed, so I'm gonna do healing proficiency.
There you go.
Fuck, I don't know if I need that anymore, though.
You want first aid, I think.
Yeah,
right?
first aid.
I think you should get it, Mom.
I'll get it just in case I run out of spells. First aid. It's probably int. Nick?
First aid, wisdom at -1.
That's a good one.
Really?
I'm
I
sorry,
have it down
is
as
int.
int. Yeah.
I was looking at the wrong thing. It's int. But it's
Int
okay. You
at
never
-1.
really need to make a first aid check, or rarely.
Yeah.
You know, I'm maybe in an extreme situation. Maybe if someone's at like -9 and you're in like an unstable zone.
Yeah,
That
sure. What should I get for my weapon proficiency? You can't get shield expertise, right? No.
No.
Where do I read if I have another proficiency now, or I probably would have gotten it last rogue level, I guess. I haven't been checking my.
Yeah. So rogues get non-weapon proficiencies Rogues
Every
just get
4.
fucked across the board. You're getting it as your warrior then, so you get it now as well.
You're getting a weapon and a
okay.
non-weapon, Stephen. Yeah.
Yep, weapon and non-weapon.
One weapon and non-weapon. And what is the difference between proficiency and expertise?
Expertise gets you the increased attack rate, so the extra attack every second round.
And
So
proficiency
you can
just
only be
allows
done-
you to hit without taking a penalty with a weapon.
Yes.
And you can only have one weapon with which you are expertised.
I'm allowed to take ambidextry, right, for my weapon proficiency, so I don't lose -2 to my shield bash anymore.
Yes, you can.
I'll take that.
And then, is there a list of all the? I thought you had like a special website or a list. The Koibu
Yeah, where's the
approved.
spreadsheet now?
Here is the spreadsheet. My favorite part of the game.
Very based. Thank you, Mike, in the chat.
Did he link this?
He told me to take pictures.
I'm guessing that to take one of these proficiencies, you just need either class, right? If you're multi-class.
Correct.
Oof. Oh fuck.
Lip reading could be a cool one for you, Stephen. Don't know if you've already got that.
Could be a cool one.
Cost.
You can take healing proficiency as well.
When it says cost is 2, does that mean I need like 2 proficiency things?
2
to go?
slots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I want, so can I hold these slots for now, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you won't get your next one until level 9. So
Use it or lose it.
Well, no, not lose it. Theoretically,
not lose it, but like
I could hit
yeah,
level
that's a
9 and then just
long
do
way
like
down the road.
2 proficiencies. Yeah. For this
Which one
like
were you thinking?
for this like riding land-based and riding seaborne, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
What is riding?
It's a different proficiency to learn how to ride a horse than it is to learn how to ride a seahorse.
Well, what we already have horseback riding,
Horseback.
right? Is that a different thing?
Right. No, the horseback riding is a specific version of riding land-based. So if you want to learn to ride a horse, it's 1 proficiency. If you want to learn to ride like, a giant elephant, it's a different proficiency. Yeah.
Is a dragon a land-based one?
That
Or
would
that'd be
be
like
air-based, which would be a completely separate subset, which we don't even bother putting in because it's so rare that,
No,
you know,
for sure.
And then what does the modifier mean next to these proficiencies?
that's the
Wait.
modifier that your proficiency rolls with. So if you have a riding land-based and you need to make a riding check, you'd make a wisdom check at +3. But if you want to make a riding seaborne check, then you'd be making a wisdom check at -2.
What is the proficiency of administration? Does this let me convince my brothers to do other stuff for me? The art of delegation?
No.
Or?
This
It
is
would help
more
you
of like a
delegate.
bureaucracy. Well, there's a separate bureaucracy proficiency. Here, let me give you the description document. Goes along with it.
I might just grab tumbling. Seems pretty useful for you guys, that, yeah.
Character with the administration proficiency is skilled in the management of accounting and enterprises, ranging from agriculture to the entire province of the vineyards of a single small monastery. He knows how to account money, plan work, and supervise the collection of taxes or the sale of goods. Super useless for you.
Can I hold these, and when I level up next, I can think of what I want to take as a proficiency instead?
Yeah, you can use them whenever you want.
Yeah, I'll just keep hold of mine for now, I guess.
Well, hold
I
on,
did
wait.
I did get first aid.
Let's be clear. When you say use them whenever you want, you probably don't mean exactly that, right? Like, I can't wait till we're on a ship and say, like, you know what? Actually, I've got the shipboating proficiency. I'm gonna do that.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
But like, if I'm like in a city or something, okay, in an appropriate place to. Okay.
Yes, and there's some context for it, right? You wouldn't be able to just be, I want to do gem cutting right now, and I've never cut a gem, but I know how to do it. That would require some level of training.
Is there like?
Stephen, what about acting? Might be pretty good with your hat disguise.
Yeah, but this is kind of what I'm thinking. Is like, am I gonna be in a spot where I have my hat of disguise? And I'm like, man, I wish I had acting too. Like, how is that helping me? Like, what does it do? Just gives me like a +2 on a roll or something, or?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it'll help you do accents correctly.
Acting is most useful as a form of entertainment. It can also be used in aiding a disguise. If both acting and disguise are known, the proficiency check for either is made with a +1 bonus.
That sucks ass.
Yeah, that kind of sucks.
It's trash.
That might be one of the most offensive things I've heard in my life.
Proficiency checks are only required if the actor must portray a particularly difficult character or is attempting to ad-lib a role, i.e. non-rehearsed role or on short notice.
Is there
Something else you can do, Steve, is if you get anatomy for certain creatures, I believe that extends your backstab ability to those creatures.
Okay, I think I might hold on to these for 1 level. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
Can you get like a dragon anatomy?
I don't think there's sufficient knowledge on hand to get that proficiency.
But if we killed a dragon and we brought it back home, and they researched
Yeah,
it.
if you slayed a dragon and you spent some time digging around in its body and sorting out its organs and whatnot, dragon anatomy could easily be a thing.
Okay.
Be quite cool.
Okay, I guess we're saving it for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, I guess I'll go visit the Nina's Cleric if you guys don't want to have anything else.
Yeah. Well, the next. So we have to cut today's episode a little bit short because I've got a podcast I'm doing after. You can talk to the cleric. Nick, what did you say you needed to do?
Just gonna scry on some stuff.
Scrying some stuff, and then we need to have a discussion about where we're going next. That's going to be really
Yeah.
important. Yeah.
I'll be quick.
Well, we'll do that. We'll go and speak to Clotus and decide then, yeah.
Okay. We haven't RP'd it much, but I'm very, 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 very upset that we like just left a whole bunch of sailors to die. Okay. Just
I
letting
am
you know.
too.
Okay? Heads
Not
up.
we. I was asleep.
Let you
Don't
know.
blame
Giving
me.
you a heads up, okay? This is not in showing with the McGarry household rebuilding its name, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, when we go see Cletus, I'm sure we'll have to wait. So during that time, I will go and speak with the Nadina's Cleric real quick.
Okay. Which cleric of Nadinus do you wish to speak with?
The mother inside the castle.
Do we have a name for her? Can't
I'm
remember it
pretty
off the
sure
top of my
did,
head.
but I don't remember it.
Let me look it up.
Mother Moria. I can't remember.
Mother Lorraine, the high cleric in town.
Yep. You go see her.
Yeah. All right. You can go find Mother Lorraine and speak to her in the castle. You got to go through the front door because that's the way you go these days now that the castle's on heightened security. And without too much trouble, you can get an arranged meeting with her and she'll meet you in one of the small temples here in the castle. So, bring you to a temple and let's get you chatting with this holy person, this
Very base.
great divine cleric. Okay. What do you want to say?
I will walk in with something in my hand, and I'll kind of drop it on the floor. It'll be Nadinus's amulet, the one from the temple that the fish people were wearing. It's kind of like armor, but with an amulet, and it's different because it has the water droplet instead of her regular symbol. And I'll give her like a circlet is like it's like a crown, kind of, right?
Yeah.
I'll give her like a tip of the crown and say, the fish people wish you well. Nadina's tried her best, but they were not strong enough, it seems. Thanks
She
for
was
the...
about-
I'll say also, thank you for telling me the whereabouts. You were quite useful in finding it.
She was about to greet you with a sort of friendly gesture. You could see her face opening up to say hello. When you drop the amulet, she looks to the ground and sees it clatter. Realization crystallizes over her face as you mention how her aid helped you slay her followers and her people. And she looks upon you with renewed horror. Face is aghast. She says to you, "How could you? How could you? They were innocent."
People who are standing in our way and won't help us are as evil as anyone could be.
They had done nothing wrong to you.
They
Why
didn't
would
help
you
me.
do this?
I will start to walk out.
Why? She calls out at you.
And I'll leave.
Wow. You exit. You can hear her stepping over and picking up the amulet as you walk away, and then you turn a corner, and the sounds are gone. Soldiers in the hall give you a bit of a nod as you walk by. Servants step out of your way. The scarred and burned cleric of Elthara can leave the castle. Message delivered. Nick?
All right. I fail all my spells, right? I'm sitting in my room with like there's like a couple of bottles of whiskey on the floor that have been drunk, another half on my bedside table with papers everywhere. My spell book's open, maybe there's a bit of whiskey poured onto one of the pages and it's not soaking in because of the hydrophobic lining on the pages. It's just drifting off onto the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I reach for the crystal ball, and I start to gaze into it, rubbing my hands over, polishing it, trying to look into it, and I cast my thoughts to an item that I know quite well, Neil.
How well do you know this item?
I know it personally. The magical rope that Azeron stole from us. I attempt to scry on it.
True.
The magic rope. You do know this one quite well.
Yeah. Climbed up it. Plenty.
Mm-hmm. Personally well known. You've climbed this rope, you've carried this rope, you've coiled it and folded it and kept it in your pack, you've examined it, you've detected magic it, you know this rope.
It saved my life.
Okay. You see the rope.
Well, I roll first. I got 30.
It's a 100% chance, though.
Oh, great.
Well, he could roll a nat 1 and maybe explode the crystal ball and kill everybody in the
maybe.
capital, maybe,
Possible.
We maybe
It's
won't.
happened. It's happened.
Azeron the Blue. Do some calculations over here. All right, you see. Roll me a d100. You
I got 30.
see the rope. Roll me a second d100, please.
12.
It is neatly coiled at the base of a treasure hoard. You see gold, silver coins scattered around, kind of laid out in a big semicircular pattern. And as you gaze on the crystal ball, coming into view is the head of Azeron the Blue. Massive in size, big sharp teeth, and its eyes transfixed on you. It sees through your scrying attempt. It recognizes that you are viewing upon it. It doesn't know it's
me.
You are in particular, or maybe it does. It is a dragon after all. It's probably 500 years old. It has magic. It comes from another plane of existence. It is definitely a greater life form in a great many ways. And the way that it stares at the spot where your crystal ball would be, positioned, makes you know for certain it is aware of your scrying attempt, and it's gazing back at you.
All right, I hold my nerve for a minute or something, and then I wave it away.
Do you have to make a check, like we did last time when we saw it in person? How we were super
no, there's
fearful?
no dragon fear that extends through the crystal ball.
All right, I'm going to run
Can
through some
we-
others, Neil, that we'll need to roll for.
If he's looking through stuff, might I suggest the vampire motherfucker?
Yeah, that's the next on the list.
Okay.
Cassandra.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
Might be good to just, have an idea of what she's up to.
She might be dead, We got the XP.
Get the
Definitely
XP
dead.
defeating things, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Are you making me shoes? Oh, sorry.
You want to scry upon Cassandra.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll it.
21. That should be enough.
That is also a success.
Based.
Wait, based on what?
A table of the
How well
crystal.
I know her.
Okay, and roll me another D100.
See if she's changing. 84.
So you, I guess what time of day are you scrying upon her?
I think Emmerich been locked in his room for a couple of days. Curtains closed, I'm not sure he knows what time of day it is.
Okay, roll me a D24.
Yeah. 10.
It's in the morning. You're scrying. And your crystal ball is just dark. It's foggy. It's, earthy. You can't really see anything. It goes to a location where there is not only no light, but no space for light.
It does seem like it's worked. She is alive. Right? When it fails, it doesn't do this. It just doesn't show anything. Okay. All right,
wait.
waving it away. Oh,
Is that true? Because you just scryed on a dead guy.
well, I think I scryed on Cassandra and she's buried because it's the
Well, I'm
morning.
talking about the guy before that you scryed on, the one in the water who was getting picked at.
I saw his body, that's true.
So you could just be seeing.
Alright, yeah, make a note to try that again.
You'll have to do
then.
another one, yeah.
Okay, sorry to keep doing this, but, got some more to try. So, Hydroxus. I don't know him that well. I know of him. I know he's a mist dragon. Know that... Yeah, that's it. I know he's a mist dragon.
You got a 20% chance on this one. Can't
No.
find him.
Okay, two more. King
Is
Gilda.
there... Does True Sight extend into a crystal ball?
It might do.
Certain spells can be cast through this device. And assuming you've got time, you can check in with Clertus on these things and, get some paperwork on this stuff. You will know that you can cast Comprehend Languages, Read Magic, Infravision, and Tongues through... No. Those improve your chances to use it somehow, which isn't figured out. Detect Magic and Detect Good and Evil can be cast through a crystal ball. The chance of success is 5% per level of experience of the wizard.
Okay, the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because, we're doing, missions from the Queen and shit. We're in the capital, and I imagine if there was something where it's I could scry on this if I only had True Sight, Clertus might be able to provide some sort of resource where it's a magistrate fucking wizard or somebody could come and, cast a spell or
Yeah.
do something like that for you. Yeah.
I try and scry on King Gilda.
Let me roll this.
16.
You get no results.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Dumpster.
Would I know that that's a successful roll or not? Is there a difference between it not working and it being a successful roll? Do I now think he's dead or do I just think it's not worked?
I think you think it's not worked.
Okay. And then I and ah about trying to scry on Scoria and think better of it and put the crystal ball away and pass out.
You sure?
Yeah. Try that another day, perhaps.
Wait, is it F1 or F2 for quick save? And then scry on her and see what happens?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
Something...
go to sleep and...
I don't know if this is too vague, but is it possible that, you could use the wish scroll in a vague way to conceal our mission from Scoria? That would keep, Is that too vague an ask, or is that like generalized enough, or?
Yeah, like could we wish that Scoria never finds out about us until we confront her or something like
It
that?
discovers the nature of our mission or business.
This is a great question. Let's talk about the wish spell. Nick,
Yes.
your character is going to have the most knowledge about this. Wish is a legendary spell that is talked about. And the laymen understand it as you get to make a wish. And you, as a caster who has done research and study, understands that it's not quite so simple. I've just put into chat the text of the wish spell. So
Yeah.
it's not anything you imagine becomes real. There are bounds and restrictions.
In theory, something like, I wish for the mountain that Scoria lives in to collapse. Something like that. That could work, right?
I feel like that'll monkey paw you, and it'll be like it'll collapse eventually, right?
If
Well,
it
it's
is
like
used
collapse
to
now.
alter reality with respect to damage sustained by a party, to bring a dead creature back to life, or to escape from a difficult situation by lifting the caster and his party from one place to another, it will not cause the wizard any disability. Other forms of wishes can cause the spellcaster to weaken, require 2d4 days of bed rest due to the stress the wish placed upon the body, the space, the time. Regardless of the wish for, the exact terminology of the wish spell is likely to be carried out. Casting a wish ages the caster 5 years.
So this spell isn't going to be something like malevolent. Like you wish for a genie, I wish to be the richest man in the world, and every single person is made poor, or something like that, right? Like
no,
it's not
it
that
will
type
be
of...
something like that.
Well, I can't tell if it would be something like that, or if it would be something like you will be the richest man in the world, but you like inherit an asset that you could never sell, so now it's worthless. Like I can't tell if it's like malicious or just like will fit whatever kind of works, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like some genies are described as being like malevolent, where they will try to fuck you if you're not ultra careful.
Most genies are.
Yeah. Whereas the wish might just be like, well, it made an honest attempt to interpret your desire, and this is the easiest way to fulfill it.
This is the description of the limited wish spell, which has information that will be useful for this. So it will fulfill literally, but only partially for a limited duration, because it's the limited wish version, the utterance of the spellcaster. Thus, the actuality of the past, present, or future might be altered, but possibly only for the wizard unless the wording of the spell is most carefully stated. In some limited manner, right, the use of limited wish spell will not substantially change major realities, nor will it bring wealth or experience merely by asking. The spell can, for example, restore some hit points lost by a wizard. It can reduce an opponent hit probability or damage. Blah, blah, blah. Greedy desires usually end in disaster. Casting time is based on this. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that didn't help us very much either. At the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of theory on what this is and very little evidence or to suggest one way or the other. These spells.
So my guess is that anything that directly affects Scoria is going to run into either her spell save, or her magic resistance, or both. So anything that directly impacts her, I think, is not going to work, unless it's like, I wish that she fails her next saving throw,
Sure.
and then we cast like a banishment or something on her.
I mean, I have a spell that can return people back to their plane, but I feel like she would just come back, right?
Yeah. Dispel evil, that could work. She gets a save, but she could come back. But I think banishment stops her coming back, and then there's some other high-level spells that... Like, there's a really cool spell where you make a gem. You have to find out its true name. So we'd have to find Scoria's, like, draconic name or something. Like, you inscribe it on the gem, and you cast a bunch of high-level magic on it. And then if you can trick her to, like, pick up the gem and look at it, it, like, traps her inside it without a save.
Jesus. Is this like a fucking level 18 spell or some shit?
That's like a level 9 spell, and you've got to be able to cast some level 8 spells on the gem to be able to get it to work. But like outside of just fighting her, there is some options like that could potentially work. But yeah. But I don't think we're there yet with the wish spell, right?
Okay. I didn't know if we thought that this was a good use of the wish spell, then this is something that we ought to cast sooner rather than later. But if we don't feel that this is a good use of the wish spell, then we just carry on. Yeah.
I think we have a good plan for the wish spell, but we have to wait and see how certain items play out.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go meet with Claritas. That's the next part of our business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just scanning my DMG for more information that I might want to give you or not.
Wish to learn magic missile, if only.
Ah,
Realistically, right, we're going to end up using the wish spell to resurrect one of us.
No.
Probably.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case. My understanding is that like just wishing for a resurrection might not work, but maybe wishing to roll back time 5
Roll back
minutes or
time
something
for sure
might.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
That
if we
works.
like die, go back to the capital, it's like, okay, well, can we resurrect our brother here? That's probably not going to work.
We would want to roll back time like 10 to 5 minutes or whatever before maybe the fight even.
I'm sure it says somewhere in the description about bringing someone back to life, but maybe.
Can you argue if you if you do a whole fight, let's say one of us dies, and we roll it back?
Redo the
my
fight.
two brothers should know, what's coming, right? We'll know where like maybe the blow's coming, maybe like a +1 or something to AC, because
I
you
think
just redo it.
Chaos 3 will dictate this, and
Okay.
it'll say you'll be changing your exact actions, and therefore whoever you're fighting will change their exact actions as well.
Yeah, so the first line of the spell says, if it's used to alter reality with respect to damage sustained by a party, to bring a dead creature to life, or to escape from a difficult blah blah blah, it will not cause the wizard any disability. So it sounds like bringing someone back to life is pretty basic use of it.
Oh, like right after. Wait, which part of this?
Just the first bit that
paragraph?
Neil posted in.
It won't give you any penalties. It won't make you have to rest for 2d4 days or whatever it is.
Yeah, but that implies that it's an easy use of it.
That it should go, right?
So I wish to resurrect Malachi. And yeah. That'll be that. I'll just swap characters. Carry on as level 9.
Now, there's definitely no note of the length of the wish, but clearly you can't make a run-on sentence that is 1,000 pages long.
Correct.
So there is a non-mechanized limit on how much you can say. So your
Yeah,
wish
not
must
even like a
be-
paragraph. It just needs to be,
Isn't
like,
Neil?
a few
There
sentences.
also sorry, Lucas.
You're good.
Isn't there also the problem of the fact that you need to be a level 17 caster to cast this? So there's probably like a 80% chance that casting will fail.
Well, if we had some fucking glasses.
I know. Yeah, so need to ask Cletus about that.
You're right. You are reading a scroll that is higher level than you, so there is a pretty decent chance of spell failure. Yeah.
Now, my initial research of the glasses leads me to believe that maybe it bypasses that one condition, but it's a shame we haven't got them.
So when
got a
you
lot.
cast the spell to find it, what is the implication here? That it's like you're either incorrect in what it is?
No, there's a chance. The better you know it, the higher the chance. But Neil's basically saying, I've cast it enough times that I should have passed by now.
Yeah, but so my question is like, does this item not exist or was destroyed? Is that our assumption right now, or?
Yeah, I think so. Or because I'm basing the scrying only on a perceived description of it. So if the description is wrong, then perhaps I'm looking for something that doesn't exist,
You're a level 6 caster, Nick?
Yes.
Right, so at this point in time, you have a 60% chance to fail casting this wish spell. It's a 5% per difference in level needed.
So if I was
the
level
longer you
9, it
hold on
would
to
still be a 45% chance of failure.
Yes.
And then I can give you I think with like Call Upon Faith or something, I think give you 10%.
There you go. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Slightly higher than my spell learning ability, so, maybe there's a chance.
Very powerful tool.
Let's go talk to Cletus.
All right. We can head to the capital, to the castle itself, and as your meeting gets arranged and you come into the room, you will find that today there are 4 people here. We have, of course, Clertis, the queen, the queen's bodyguard, who is always with her,
Okay.
and a new person,
Not the cleric, right?
not the cleric.
What do they look like? Wait. I can state this at the beginning of every day if you need me to, but in general, as a rule of thumb, As I wander the city, I always have my hat of disguise on, and at the beginning of every day, I'm always carrying a nondescript arming sword.
Okay.
Okay.
Based.
Wait, based on what?
Oh yeah, I can also give you choose future for roll advantage, Nick.
Does that let me re-roll?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gives you advantage, yeah.
Should be.
So that's a pretty good chance then, with advantage and a 65% chance.
You will see the silver maple leaf on her pauldron that signifies a colonel in the Dracissian army. Her name is Colonel Petraeus, and she is introduced to you as an intelligence officer within the Dracissian army who serves the queen. As everyone gets brought in and gets seated, Clertus stands in the back, farther away from everything else, and the queen opens up with a... Nephews, how has your journey been?
It's been quite the harrowing journey. We've explored many a place, and we have met many a people.
With my new great insight, can I get a read? Are they nervous? Are they...
You can see that Clertus is... Oh, he's always nervous. You can see his agitation of this situation. It's sort of like fear mixed with excitement because you've brought back knowledge, but, you know, there's so much going on. You can see on the colonel's face sort of like a... How would you call it? Like she's very wanting to choose her words carefully. She knows that she doesn't have a lot of opportunity to make an impact, and she wants to be very careful with the impact that she makes. So she's, you know, good intelligence officer here. The knight has a helm on, so you can't really read much of his face. His body posture is, you know, one of asserting authority and ready to kill anyone, even the nephews of the queen, should they try anything suspicious.
Does he look like a 10th level knight, or like... I don't know if I've ever gotten a read
Judging
on it.
by what you know, he's at least 9th level.
Jeez.
Could be 10th level.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's like legendary fucking... That guy should go kill Scoria. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we should bring him with us. It'll probably help a lot.
And the queen is pleased to see you. And she is poised. She's got something in the chamber. Like, she's not coming to this meeting just to hear what's going on. She's got something that she wants to get to at some point.
Good shit.
So she asks about your adventures. They go well.
Well, they didn't go well.
Yeah, we were successful in finding the things we sought, but alas, the crew that we hired to take us into the sea were lost.
As Clertus tells me, you have finished up all of the easy tasks.
Easy.
All the easy tombs.
I suppose, yes. All that's left on our list is Dragonstone.
That brings us to the second phase of our operation, then. Colonel Petraeus, she says, as the colonel gets to her feet. I've been informed of your mission here, slay Scoria, and there are many paths to get there. If we want to do this well, we're going to need a lot more information about who she is, how she operates. We know that she is independent from the Dracissian military in some amount. We are sending out emissaries, spies, to figure out the details of those exact arrangements. It's known that she has a separate force guarding her forest, and it is suspected that she has aerial servants, lair guards, and other possible obstacles to your success. We need more information on the makeup of her base. I don't think we'll ever be able to get a floor plan, but we might be able to figure out the structure of her minions. And in that structure, there may be weaknesses that we can exploit, or it may reveal information about how they conduct their business which will provide for easier egress into her lair, assuming that's where we will fight her in the end.
We?
Royal we.
Well, on that point, Patreus, something we found under the ocean could prove to be helpful. I'll reach into the bag and pull out the crystal ball and place it on the table in front of us. This, I've been testing it, could allow us to scry on individuals or objects. Perhaps it could allow us to scry on the guardians of her lair, maybe any close companions she keeps, if we could find a bit of information on them.
Certainly a key to the puzzle. But more importantly, we need a lot of ground information. And it is to that end that I am hoping you will understand that we might need your Hat of Disguise and Amulet of ESP. We need to capture some of her minions. We need to put someone behind enemy lines, figure out their positions, and as much possible information as we can get on who they are, how they function, what their structure is. We know that Scoria has a wizard who works with her, and we know that she has monsters that work for her. This information we might be able to get through scrying, but I think a man on the ground, amulet in hand to read thoughts, and a Hat of Disguise to keep themselves hidden is the way to go. One person can move quietly, a trained spy can avoid detection, and these items would help them get information without exposing themselves.
I'll reach over my neck and take off the amulet and slowly hand it to him and say, I hope the person you're giving this to is competent, isn't going to die with it.
Well, perhaps we should discuss this for a moment first. Both of these items have been pretty important in terms of our mission. If we send these beyond enemy lines and we lose them, we're never getting these items again, I imagine.
We would need something in return to hold on to.
Well, it's not even so much that. It's that these items are relatively unique, and both of them are, like, pretty important. Like, just trading these even for, like, a +3 sword, I don't know if we would do it. Like,
I don't think we should be talking about trading them. It's about this being the best use for them.
yeah, that's what I mean, yeah. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, just getting, like, rent. It's not about compensation or whatever. It's that, like, we actively use all of these.
I mean, getting something anyways would be, like, a bonus, right? I'm sure they have something in the storage, in, like, the treasure hold that we can hold on to.
Well,
Probably would
no,
already
because
give
I
it
think
to
I would
them.
imagine if they have anything that can make our mission easier, they would just give it to us because we're all on the same.
Yeah.
We're not like this isn't like bartering for merchants. We're like all on the same team here. I would hope that they had something that would help our mission, they would just hand it over.
I pull out a notebook and open it on the table and say, Tyrael, look. And I go through like all the list. There's like Vlad Ormoz's tomb crossed off. You know, there's Babylon's temple crossed off. And all that's left is like the demons and like 6 dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I say, I'm not sure a Hat of Disguise or an Amulet of ESP is going to be much use for us with what we're facing.
Yeah, that's true too. If we don't have any more sneaking or any more NPCs to interact with, if it's literally just slaying dragons.
Look to Clertus. Do you have more things for us to loot and search out, or are we now practicing our dragon slaying?
Begins to babble a little bit. If there's something in particular you're looking for, if there's some piece of equipment that perhaps you might want, I might be able to find a location for it. But I didn't have anything of my own that I thought would be particularly useful at this moment. I already put forth all my best ideas.
Mm-hmm.
We need something to be able to ignore the dragon's fear. We were almost attacked by Azeron the Blue, and the fear gripped us tightly. And that's the last thing we need if we're going to fight a dragon up close with the intent of killing it.
I'll speak up to the colonel. Well, if you're going to need these items, you're going to be taking someone out of the field. I'm not trying to barter for items here, but we're going to be going and dragon slaying. We may not need these anymore, but we may need, as my colleagues, as my brother said, something to deal with dragon fear or something like that. Is there anything you can think of that is in your command that we could take while you use those items for your mission?
The colonel shakes her head softly, And Clertus speaks up, saying, Dragon Fear is one of these innate, really strong things that there are some spell effects that negate fear a little bit, but I don't even know if they would work on Dragon Fear. It's a completely different sort of thing. It's more of a fear is the wrong word here. It's more of an awe. Than it is a fear effect. It's and the Queen kind of motions for Clertus to stop his babbling. He quiets down.
Well, it's up to you two. It's your items.
Perhaps a potion or something, Clertus? Anyway,
weapon
also, well, we can get, I presume when the time comes, I say, looking across the collected people, we'll be able to find a mage to create protection scrolls for us if I'm not able myself. Protection from breath weapon.
I mean, we're going to need those now if we're going to start going and slaying dragons.
Protection from fire.
Yeah, protection from mist or electricity would be the first ones, I think.
Yeah, on that, Clertus. Maybe once we're finished here, but I need to speak to you about Hydroxus. Also, yeah, Clertus, anything that could help me boost my, I lower my voice, my intellect would still be
I snicker.
most appreciative. I'd be most appreciative.
Fortunately, those items rarely fall into decay or states of availability. Many people are minded such as you, and they get picked up quite fast. The only reports I've had on such things have very clearly already been snagged by a ready wizard.
Did anything
But
happen?
I'll look into it, I promise.
Clertus, did anything happen with the potion that we gave you? We gave you the potion of dragon control. Any headway?
No, not yet.
I shake my head.
Unfortunately, resources are pulled thin, and this has not been. There's a lot. It's a difficult task.
Is anybody doing any work here besides us?
Yes. Yeah. Clertus begins to babble again, and the Queen shushes him.
We can have these discussions later, Clertus. Was
Are
there
you-
something else that...
Tyrael, are you willing to give up your head of disguise? It's mainly up to you.
Up to me. I mean, we'll do anything we need in service of the crown. I just want to ensure that these items aren't being wasted, that whoever's taking these items is using them with the utmost of responsibility. And then also losing some of these complicates our matters on the ground a bit, but of course, in service of the defeat of Scoria, there's nothing that we can't work around. I'll remove my hat and I'll set it on the table.
Look
Colonel
at Anton and
Petraeus.
say, Anton, it's not all about our own power. We have to do what's best for the mission. We've already lost many men.
Are all of our... Wait, you weren't exaggerating, right? All of the rest of our stuff is dragon related?
Mostly dragons. I think 100%.
There's the demon, the statue of the wizard that was, held by the demons, but that's probably harder than the dragons.
Yeah, it's all dragons now.
Plus anything that we can cobble together ourselves. I mean, potentially some ideas that we could come up with.
Who is this? I'm 99% sure this is going to be sent with some no-name fucking shitter that's just going to run and die immediately. So I'm just...
Well, yeah, can we meet the person? I mean, I'll ask.
Or actually,
Petraeus
what...
will speak up on this matter. She was waiting for an opening. We have many missions behind enemy lines. Some are single individuals gathering information. Some are in position waiting for specific keys to happen, at which they will execute their plan or return with what we need to know. Some are out there committing acts of terror and acts of sabotage. We have many spies. These will be put in the hands of our most careful, most slow-moving spy who is best positioned. It'll be the long game here. Not trying to get anything fast, not trying to rush out with information tomorrow. I expect not to hear from them for many months. But when we do, I'm hoping we'll have a detailed account of their makeup and organization.
His name's not Nevitz, is it? Sorry.
He's a head shaking around.
I trust you'll put them to good use, Petraeus.
We will.
I'll speak up. My queen, it looked like you had something you wanted to... I'll stop.
Colonel Petraeus has spoken my intents. I am very pleased to see you hand over these items for the betterment of your mission, of our well-being, of the safety of the whole world, as far as I am concerned. Know if you would need a little nudging or not.
I don't know what that means, but okay. Well, hold on. I'll raise my one eyebrow inquisitively. Nudging?
Men in power rarely hand power over. Sometimes they need to be encouraged to do so.
I made neither context feel a tad threatening, but I trust that all of our hearts are in the right place on this mission.
There is no one I trust more than the three of you. Only the 5 people in this room, plus a very small selection of wizards, are aware.
And a whole monastery full of monks.
Yeah, I guess we don't mention that.
Oh, yeah, he thinks quietly in the back of his mind. Sorry.
The colonel is not wearing the amulet of ESP.
Yeah, I remove it from my character sheet. It's gone.
Perfect.
Are there why don't we ever wear shitty helmets? Is it does that just not exist in this world?
No, it's sort of assumed that when you wear chainmail, you're wearing a chainmail coif as well. It's just mechanically awkward to do, and we just kind of say it's all armor together.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well then, with these tasks taken out, done with, where will you go next? Asks your aunt, your royal aunt.
Step on.
We need to speak to Clertus about the strengths of these dragons, and maybe whether there's any other opportunities that we could pursue.
Yeah, it seems like we're gonna have to kill dragons now. So,
Then Petraeus and I shall leave you, says the queen, taking a stand. Everyone else stands up with her, and she'll shake each of your hands, give you kisses on the cheeks, tell you to say hello to your mother for her, and take off with the Petraeus and the knight, leaving
before
you and the nervous historian.
Before the queen leaves, I'd like to make a small request. In exchange for the hat, a local matter that you may assist us with. Perhaps your best part of a magical sword. The scabbard has nothing to do with it, right?
Scabbards are usually made to match swords, but indeed they can be switched.
Yeah. Okay. So switching a scabbard isn't going to disimbue a sword with magic or something, right? Okay. Is it possible that I could get a different scabbard made for my sword? One that is nice and befitting the sword that a noble would carry, but having this particular scabbard may or may not cause a little bit more trouble than we care to bring to ourselves.
Am I wrong? I thought you got rid of that sword. I thought you traded it to the family, and I thought we swapped them. So now you have a different one, and that guy's sword is gone. Am I?
Wait, did we do that?
I know that we traded the family for a sword, and I believe that you did that as well. Because we gave him an extra +1 weapon, I thought, so that we didn't have to.
Yeah, that does ring a bell.
Oh wait, did we give a +2 and a +1 weapon in exchange for a +2 weapon?
Yeah, we swapped a two-hander. We swapped a +2 two-hander, and
I think MrMouton is right. I think we swapped a +2 two-hander and a +1 one-hander in exchange for another +2 one-hander that replaced the sword. So in that case, forget everything I just said. Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, but I think we got an extra for Imric, maybe. I don't remember.
I've got a +2 sword.
Okay, so that's what we
Oh,
did.
wait.
So we still have one of the bad
Oh,
swords.
okay. Then I just want another scabbard made.
Yeah, different scabbard, yeah.
No problem. Easy
Cool.
peasy.
Sounds good.
All right, once the queen's gone, I want to ask Clertus a few things. Clertus, the glasses of the Arcanist, we didn't find them down in the sunken temple. I've tried to scry on them, and it should have worked by now, but I'm getting nothing back. You said they were platinum frames, rose-tinted glass? Do you have any further details?
He shakes his head. It's been 1,500 years. Possible they were destroyed, lost, stolen.
Well, if they were stolen, I'd still be able to find them.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe then, maybe in 1500 years, maybe they didn't survive the collapse of the temple, or maybe they've been taken and ruined since then.
Is that where you got the record from? They were in the temple before the calamity.
Yes.
I'll ask Cletus. Well, sad about the glasses. What about these dragons, Cletus? We're gonna have to be hunting them down. Can you give us a list of who's the strongest or the weakest? And should we be bringing back anything for the wizards to use?
I have a list I put together, actually.
Should we bring a head of a dragon for morale?
The scales perhaps could be used to make stronger armor.
Well, the head for morale would only affect the people probably around it at that moment in time. The scales might improve one person's armor in particular, but in the greater war, the one stronger knight won't make a difference. One unit with a little more morale won't make a difference.
My two brothers here in dragon scale armor could certainly be stronger.
Could be the difference.
That might work.
Do you know Hydroxus,
would
the myth dragon?
Certainly be questions about making armor for the Megaries out of dragon scale during a time. I think it would raise the visibility of this mission quite a bit. And
Is there
we'd
no
have to go to the
blacksmith?
master craftsmen, the best craftsmen who are already being employed and used and by powerful people who would wonder then why their jobs were being pushed to the side. I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm just saying it would be.
Are there any
heightened visibility?
Are there any master craftsmen who have given up the craft? Maybe they thought they were too old to continue, maybe retired, that we
They've
could
been
maybe bring
pressed into
back.
service already.
Perhaps
Wait, if we were to kill a dragon
uh,
and safely retrieve
all
its
him.
corpse, an entire dragon is only going to make one person's worth of armor?
No.
I think
No,
that they were
certainly
saying
not.
like a handfuls of persons worth of armor, but they were saying like it wouldn't make a difference in the total war effort.
Okay, sorry.
Hydroxus. Do you know how old she is? How long she's been around? You said that she has a magical staff and something called arcane gloves.
He comes to sit down on the couch, puts one of his many tomes on the table, and begins to flip through the pages. Hydroxus. She is an old dragon. Age class 8, I believe.
What? Which would you say is the weakest? The one unknown? Abraxia. So far, everything that we've heard is either between age class 7 and 12.
Let's.
Holy shit.
I'm not sure. Abraxia is. I don't have very much information on her. I know she lives on Nome, and she's got an area to herself, but her actual age class is unknown. How long she's been there is only a few hundred years, so she's at least, judging by my rough math here, if she's a few hundred years old, then she should be at least age class 6, maybe 7.
Yeah.
Hydroxus is 8. I think Azeron the Blue is 8.
Yeah.
Belurian, I think he's older than that, but I don't know where.
Blurian's
9,
friendly,
maybe
right?
10. I mean, more friendly than the blues and the greens and the blacks and the reds, but
And Miss Dragon's breath weapon is a scalding vapor, right?
I think so.
And it lures under the sea. Could it use its breath weapon in the water? Since we're now proficient underwater.
Proficient
fighting.
underwater, you say?
Yeah.
Need I remind
don't
you of
see why
our
not.
previous adventure?
That's what I'm referring to.
Well, I don't know if I would say that adventure was a showcasing of our underwater proficiency.
Well, sure.
Got out, didn't we?
Better than getting breath weaponed.
Well, Cletus, to be frank with you, it doesn't seem like we can do anything if we don't have protection from breath weapon scrolls at this point. So,
Well, are we really No, never. Hold on. I'm stuck on my 5e character. So I was gonna say, are we really concerned about breath weapons? But we probably are concerned about both weapons.
We definitely are. So,
yeah.
Azeron's breath weapon on average does 80 damage. On a save, it would do 40. So it would kill any of us outright, even if we save.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about fighting, but I have an idea.
Listening?
Yes. Cletus.
What if you don't kill the dragons, you just steal their stuff?
No, that's cringe, Cletus.
I know, like I've had a disguise, so I can't sneak around. So.
Yeah, you just grabbed us by the balls by taking those items, and now we can't sneak anymore.
Well, Hat of Disguise wouldn't make it easier for you to steal. Yeah, it's getting into the chamber when the dragon's not there. You'd have to lure it away for some reason. That's my working theory on why Scoria rarely comes into the battlefield, is that if she did, then her whole lair would be, left behind and abandoned. And I'm sure she's got guards, but she stays there because, she's made enemies with the elves. There's a lot of she has enemies, so she has to stay and protect her treasure all the time. That's my theory on why she stays home, but
the bigger issue is, Cletus, if we can't kill these dragons, how are we going to kill Scoria?
That's true.
So we have to start, we have to start killing dragons. We got to go.
There's got to be something else.
I know that there's the baby dragons in near Valara. The overgrowth. There should be some baby dragons there, but then there's also the mom dragon.
Zerethis
she's quite old.
Children.
Yeah, but she's flightless.
Yes.
Was there not a good dragon in Eridon somewhere? A gold one, perhaps, by Stromheim?
Apparently,
there was. Yes, indeed, was.
What happened?
Left. Nixium.
Do you think perhaps Nixium may have left anything behind?
Maybe the things that she valued the least, but when a dragon changes lairs, they tend to take their hoards with them.
Yeah.
There might be coppers, silvers lying around, things that were not worth her time, but out of Nixium's strength and might, I don't know why she would leave anything behind.
Is there anywhere else that you considered sending us that is not, maybe you avoided sending us there because it wasn't a guaranteed thing? Maybe there's rumors of an item in a place, but you didn't want to send us there in case there was nothing there.
There are, certainly. But I don't have enough confidence to send you there. I think it might be a waste of your time.
What does that mean?
Oh, wait. Well, the Talons are said to be outposts of white dragons that come from deeper to the south. And they might have lairs somewhere in the Talons, but I don't know where they would be, just on one of their perches, on one of the rocks.
White dragons are weaker, correct?
Yes, they are definitely the inferior group. But if this is, if they live elsewhere and they just roost in the Talons from time to time, then that might not be where they lay their hoard, and I don't know exactly where it is. It seems like a bit of a long shot.
Do you know the names of any of these dragons?
He shakes his head. Just sailors have reported seeing dragons around the Talons, but not always. So,
you don't have a boss, do you, Cletus?
Queen?
Me personally, or do you need one made available to you?
Do you have like a mentor?
Oh, a boss. I thought you said a boss.
Yeah. Oh no, a boss.
The queen is my matriarch.
Seems like you may have sadly become of little use to us, my friend.
Settle down, Anton. There's no need to speak to him like that.
Well, it's true. Tyrell or Anton, all the names. It's true, Emmerich. He doesn't have anything.
I may have served you as best as I can for the time being.
You've done a phenomenal job so far, Cletus.
You have.
I think my brother's had a voice inside his head a bit too long. It makes him a tad more nefarious than he otherwise would be. So we need to kill one of these dragons. What of the legendary sword and heat stroke? What was that being protected by? Was that just demons?
Demons. Yeah.
As I understand it, the rumor from the message from the queen's new son-in-law is that a wizard had stolen a mighty magic sword and then was petrified by demons and hauled away to heat stroke.
Chances are they've turned him back into flesh, killed him, and taken it. Do you know this wizard's name?
A man named Georg, who came
Georg.
from across the sea a long time ago.
I consult the crystal orb. Try and
The
scry him.
name is not enough to find him.
Okay, what would I need? I mean,
Name and a
makes me
face.
vaguely aware. What's the minimum?
You would
knowledge?
need to like talk to someone who's met him, or you'd need like some account of who he is or what he's done. And the only person with that information would be Van Helsing, who is. Would need to take a look at my master calendar to find out.
Oh yeah, have they done the whole heat stroke thing yet?
I think they are presently over setting up a what do you call it? In containment field right now. We are.
Well, no. The minimum thing is
March.
slightly informed of. I mean, does that not count?
Well, yeah, but
slightly
there's.
informed of? Well informed of would be speaking to Van and having a personal account of him.
I mean, at this point, you just have a name. I think there is a category below slightly informed of that is 0 chance. That is like, I have heard this name, but it's just not on the table because it's insufficient, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, who did you say the Queen's new son-in-law? Could we speak to him? Maybe he could help us locate this guy, because the thing I'm worried about is either he's already been turned back to flesh and killed, or if they're keeping him, they're probably keeping him somewhere well defended. And who knows what's in Heatstroke.
I will attempt to get in touch with Prince Van Helsing and have him reach out to you.
Sounds like a real fancy chap.
He shrugs. Cleric of Cheese? Perhaps the only cleric of Cheese of note in the world?
Must be even better looking than myself.
Curtis remains quiet, not wishing to offend you.
Yeah, so do you think Hydroxys could use her breath weapon underwater? You didn't answer.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Every
I
dragon
think-
has a breath weapon, right?
Yeah. Do you think that of all the ones on the list, who do you think could be reasoned with? Valorian? Hydroxys?
Mhm.
Is she
The
more
brass.
maybe
I don't know if you would ever be able to get anything out of him, but Belurian is probably the least aggressive, most friendly of them all. Also fairly reclusive.
Do you know where his lair is?
In the north of the Red Desert. Here on the map. Near the Draken Ridge. Of course, this flag is just a rough marker. You know, the real area is somewhere in here.
He's the one who likes knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm. Most accounts of people meeting him are travelers on the road who have been accosted by him, trapped by him, and interrogated, forcefully conversed with by him.
Excuse me?
I know this sounds a little bit weird, but it appears that Belurian's a bit of a chatterbox and likes to talk with people, but kidnaps people for days or weeks on end just to chat with them and then releases them out into the world. Or these people are all mad, suffering heat stroke from the Red Desert. But
Sounds
the same
like it.
madnesses would be weird.
Well, what's the plan, brothers? Are we gonna? We have, I guess, it seems like 2 options. Either we can go and do the brass dragon, or we can go and maybe kill the one on Gnome. But we're gonna need help with the breath weapons for that.
Or if you have specific magical items that you're looking for, I might be able to find them. There's a lot of magic in the world. They're not all going to be easy to find, and I put together a list of things that I thought would be good for you. But if you have specific interests, I might be able to find spots where they
Well,
would be or clues to where
Protection
they
from
might.
breath weapon rings, or
Well, we
any
already have
items?
like the rings for fire protection, but
I don't
obviously
have-
that only. Oh,
I think that's only you.
we only have one of those.
I don't have one.
Do you have one?
I've got one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure.
Breath weapon protection scrolls tend to be specific, I think.
A scroll of protection from fire is what we want to fight Scoria.
Yeah.
There's a spell I could learn. Well, I could try to learn. Wind Wall that would perhaps protect us from some of the breath weapons. Yeah, perhaps the poison one, the Mist Dragon's vapor.
Your axe should be able to take the electricity breath weapon.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Then it sounds like the blue dragon would be the easiest if you can defeat its breath weapon with your axe, or perhaps the green, if you can, which seems to be maybe a lower, weaker dragon, who's also, it lives on Nome, on Paradise Isle, so it has very few threats. Might be lazy or underprepared, if such a dragon could be. And it sounds like can find spells to. I think the blue or the green.
Well, Azeron, when we were investigating Cassandra the vampire, I spoke with a halfling there who casually mentioned to me that, I can't remember how often he said, but I believe they have some sort of ritual where they lay a feast out for Azeron and meet him on top of a hill and feed him.
Maybe we could poison him.
Perhaps we could weaken him with poison and then attack him when he's weak. I could bait the breath weapon with the axe and then we could attack him.
Cora just feverishly shakes its head and starts flipping through one of his books and goes, I remember reading something about dragons being able to eat anything. They can survive on eating stone if need be for long periods of time. I don't know if a poison would even affect a dragon. And the quantities you need would be astronomical on top of that.
It's still possible that we could ambush it when it's not ready.
Yeah.
Also, I believe that Balorian and Azeron have a long-running feud, don't they? Maybe we could go and speak to Balorian first, see if he's willing to help us. Maybe he would reward us for killing Azeron.
Dragon's feud, is it on the level of they want each other dead, or is this more like a friendly competitive?
I think he wants them dead, but I'm certainly what I've read.
Okay.
As with people, the feud depends on the specific dragons, but blues and brasses don't get along very well at all. They usually fight over similar territories. They both like very hot, dry places. Blues prefer high ground to view out upon. Brasses don't particularly care about that, but the deserts are great places for both of them. These two have been feuding in the desert for hundreds of years, if that helps.
Okay, so out of character, right? Azeron, I think, has 18 hit die, which is an average of 81 health.
Did they really only give 20k XP?
I don't know about the XP, but it's got plus 20 to hit and 24 AC.
Jesus.
Okay, I don't know how we'd hit that then.
So, yeah.
And it's got 24 AC?
Azeron. Age
Oof.
class 8 blue. The plus 20 to hit is the bigger thing, because if he rolls like a 10, he's going to crit you. Yeah.
Even with my 25 AC.
Oh no, okay. He'd need a 15 to crit you. But if you rolled a 16, he'd triple. If you rolled an 18, he'd triple crit any of us. Yeah. And do like, I don't know, probably like 3d20 or something. None of these are great options. The breath weapon on the Mist Dragon is only 8d6 plus 7 for an average of 35. It's a bit more if it's age class 8, but the Mist Dragon's breath weapon is a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
I think we can negate this guy's breath weapon though.
Yeah. But can we do enough damage to it to kill it in the time that we buy with that? Right, I could cast haste on us. Would help.
We don't really have... On 5e, we can do like the huge like single target nuke round with like the Action Surge and all that shit. I don't know what we have in terms of like big
your
single...
nuke would be your backstab.
Which is like a crit.
Yeah. Is it really? I thought it was like a...
It's like 3x damage, that's it.
Yeah.
Which is okay, but like...
Well, yeah, you're not going to one-round it.
That's what I mean. But if this fight goes like 4 or 5 rounds, if he recharges his breath weapon and shit, like how much...
And it just flies. It flies away if we ambush it during the feast as well. The only way to stop it flying away is to fight it in its lair. Which means it knows we're coming.
Oh, and actually, yeah, that's true too. I don't think I can backstab a dragon because it has to be like the way it's described as like a humanoid-esque creature because you know where to...
You need that anatomy skill, right?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
And you'd also need a weapon capable of reaching a vulnerable place on the dragon. So you'd have to be able to drive it like a long enough blade in the right spot A dagger probably would never be able to.
But an
backstab.
arming sword?
I imagine
Oh,
if we
wait.
could like find a way to
Hang on.
like jump at it from above as a backstab, maybe. But
We rob his hoard when he goes to the feast.
oh,
Yeah, I
Right.
agree with that, but I think that we do need to, like, we gotta kill
No.
dragons, right?
Sure,
It's-
but
and
that
this
might
is
be a
the one.
first step.
Maybe, yeah.
Get our fucking rope back.
What is he gonna have that's gonna help us kill dragons, though? Like, I don't know. Is a dragon gonna have like +5 swords in their hoard? And
yeah. It
shit?
still seems like we're like hopelessly outmatched. Is like what he's saying,
Yeah.
which I agree.
It's gonna have good stuff. Let's see, what did we write down? Ring of protection from fire and more. Lots of anti-fire stuff, apparently. I mean, the reason I'm saying this is because we've got, and you know, we actually had, like, Cletus was like, let's try and steal it. We've actually got a way of knowing when this dragon's not going to be there.
Would it be worth it if we started going on some missions for like the crown to like farm XP? So we could go help out in the war effort besides like getting magic items for ourselves. Maybe that would be like a, you know, it would be like the Megares are going to war. That would help with Tyrael. He'd be happy because now we're not draft dodgers anymore. We would go do some crazy missions for the queen herself, and it would be a good way to help us level up. Probably quickly too. Lots of combat.
For doing
Maybe, yeah.
for doing which mission specifically?
So we would go over to Mystria and start like doing missions for the queen rather than for items. We're gonna be going and like,
and doing combat. Whoa!
Yeah.
Wait, in that case, can we just get our items back? Can we just go do the sneak mission that guy wanted
and we
to do?
would, yeah, that's what I would say is like us. We can go do the sneak mission and stuff like that.
This is like the best of all worlds. Actually,
So
because now that I think about it, I think the thing that would help us the most right now, we're decked out in magical items, but we're kind of weak.
We need levels, is what it seems like.
Yeah, we do need levels.
We need levels. We need spell saves. So maybe we'll talk about this with Claris in the room. Maybe we join up and we start going to the front lines and using our magic weapons that we've hoarded. And this can be our first step in.
The only
Being a
scary
dragon.
thing, though, is that we're going to be, like, wading into battle as gods. And
Yeah.
that might draw a lot of attention. Because if Scoria randomly shows up to any fight, she's just going to roast us. And we're also kind of sort of showing our hand as well. I think if we showed up to do anything...
We'll be the talk of the country if we get into battle.
If we did anything, it would be more stealthy, I think.
You know,
But does that get us experience?
didn't
well, yeah,
Scoria have children a few decades back?
Didn't...
Yes, you did. Pipes up Cletus.
Any of them still alive?
I do believe so. As I understand it, they live in the mines near Gold Hill now, or they've taken over Gold Hill when the Mystrians conquered Gold Hill and destroyed Bridgegate. I believe there were sightings of young juvenile. I don't know the age class at all. Red dragons entering Gold Hill.
They might not have much, but it could certainly prove some good experience for us, and it's on the way towards Azeron and Balorian.
I'm cool with killing Scoria's children. I'm either cool with that or... Yeah.
Or, okay, wait. The only other thing I can think of is heat stroke, guarded by lots of demons. That sounds like it could be, one, a fuck ton of combat, so theoretically experience, and two, the demon armies aren't going to talk to other
Yeah, that's
people.
true. And it's a +5 sword, which is obviously
Which
insane.
helps us,
And,
which goes towards, yeah.
and if
Also,
he's still got it, the amulet gives +1 int, which would
Which is what
be
you
massive
want.
for me. Yeah.
This sounds like a no-brainer almost then, yeah.
Yeah. But the demon stuff, I'm pretty sure... So we need to do this quickly because they're setting up a bit... So we want to do this at the time that this invasion's happening. So we can like go in and pretty much have our free reign in like the city and not fight, I guess, like a fucking army because they're going to be fighting the army. So I'll ask Cletus if he knows anything, I guess, because he talked to us about the van, I guess. Does he know anything about Van's whereabouts right now or what's going on, why he's over there?
I mean, he said about the containment field, so...
Yeah, we kind of need to know if we got to be quick about this.
So you were pretty far away at the moment and didn't get this message, but many high-level clerics in this region have received a message that there is a divine quest that needs doing. This information is very restricted, but Cletus, the queen, would have been told by her clerics and would have informed various members of her administration about this. because of your quest and the fact that Anton is a cleric, Clertus would have been given this information as well. So he will know that there is a gathering of clerics and divine people from across the area who are putting aside all of their own petty issues to go help set up this containment of a huge horde of demons who happen to invade and then have been laying low for a year or so. And they're trying to contain them in case whatever plan that they're enacting comes to fruition. Whole separate world-ending storyline happening off in Eridon right now. So, with some time,
I guess
you guys can figure out. Yeah. We can skip some time here, and you can gain the details. It appears that they are trying to set this up, or their goal is to set it up by May 7th, around there, first week in May, is the expectation of setting all of this stuff up, give or take a few days. You guys are currently in March. By the time you're done with everything in the capital, it'll be like near the end of March. So it'll be a month and a half before this goes down, which gives you plenty of time to get to Eridon if you need.
Is that enough time to slow teleport over there, Imric? I know that we have
it's enough time to
teleportation circle in Weatherlight.
I mean, it's enough time to get a boat over there. I don't know about that. I don't think that our friends would let us use their teleportation, would they?
I think
you guys are slated to meet them on May 18th here in the capital, though.
Well, we can skip it. I mean, if we can do it at the same time that Van attacks, then we've got a chance. But, forewarning, there's shit in there that's save or die. If we come up against a beholder or one of the gatebreaker guys, they can turn us to stone or just death ray us.
So a lot of things are save or die at this point, though.
Yeah, it's serious shit.
An 80 damage lightning bolt is save or die.
But it might be
from petrification. That helps that, right?
Yes. Oh, talking about 80 damage lightning bolts. Okay, well, I guess we wouldn't know about that, but there's the butthole in the center that can cast chain lightning.
Well, that's for you. Just block with your fucking axe.
True.
Right?
Yeah, that's true. It might be safer doing that than fighting any of the dragons, to be fair.
I think that's a good idea. The demons are pretty easy to kill.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
the only thing we need to worry about is, do they have any dumb save or die shit? Can they okay. Because
they might send all of that shit to fight the bigger threat, right? It might be that most of the terrible stuff is left alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're hoping. Yeah, all of their big shit is going to be going and fighting at the border to get out.
Excellent.
This has to be it, right? I can't think of anything else now.
Yeah, okay.
We've spent enough time on this. This seems to be the best direction you guys have, so I will prep for that stuff for next week. Unless in the intervening time you come up with some better idea. And why don't we call it here for the day? And when we come back next week, heat stroke, demons, separate world-ending storylines, +5 swords, artifacts of deities.
Can we
mages turn to stone.
We change the timeline and save Malachi at all? Is that possible?
Animes have done it before. I don't know why we couldn't.
He didn't say no. All right.
Where are the Nevitz crew and them at this point too?
Yeah, we're gonna fucking save them too.
That guy was like, wait, were we level 7 or 8?
We were like level.
Did we get to 9? We were at least 7.
We were 7.
If Dice and Men are only 3 months into their journey, you guys are probably like level 4.
Oh, okay. So we have time to intersect with them later. Also, one of the true heroes coming from the island of Arcadia.
Oh, God.
Unfortunately, it seems like that is postponed indefinitely.
The level 11 fucking people, those are the ones we need. The level 11 5e fighters, these are the guys with fucking the shit.
One-shot Scoria.
But, okay. I think as like a meta conversation about our campaign so far, I feel like we're pretty fucked right now in terms of fighting damage, or in terms of fighting dragons. I feel like a lot of the this isn't me complaining about balance, I'm just making observations, but I feel like a lot of the protective gear is shit. So for instance, like my Ring of Protection from Petrification or like my Charm of Amulet Resistance, I would imagine that like, oh, this is like super magical items, this is gonna help, and it's like +2 to save, and it's like, oh, so if I get like a little bit less lucky, I'm still completely fucking dead, which I guess is a little bit disappointing on some of these items. I guess the idea is you've got like so much stacked in your favor that it's supposed to help like an accumulative effect, but oof, that's still like really scary. Like I'm pretty sure, Koibu, you said this Ring of Petrification Resistance is +2 to saves, I think, on being petrified, on being like just dead.
Probably.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I agree that the protective gear is kind of
Yeah.
it can be underwhelming. Yeah.
Like you can still like lose a save and like you might as well not even have it. Could be, or they could roll.
Like, I lost my character to a fire breath weapon whilst wearing a ring of fire protection and passing my save.
Yeah.
Still all right.
Yeah, you can just die. But I mean, that's kind of like
Definition is brutal.
yeah. I mean,
I guess so. So I'm making that observation with the question in mind of like how prepared can we actually truly be?
Yeah, we can't. Well, the thing is, I think too, a lot of the spells allow you to like. There is like spells that could completely make you impervious to petrification, or even like reflect it back at caster. So I think it's like a lot of the spells are busted, but unfortunately for us, I can't learn any spells. So.
Yeah, that
And
too.
also-
It's gonna rest completely on you too, because I don't think I'm gonna be roguing my way through any of these fights and being.
Well, if we have to steal shit from the dragons, you might actually be roguing your way all the way up a mountain.
Well,
to steal
stealing
from the dragons'
stuff, yes, but like in terms of actually like killing a dragon, I don't know how much I can help my second class there. I'm just gonna be like a normal fighter basically.
yeah. You'll
Well,
just be
if I bust out all of the, well, don't sleep on fighters. I mean, high level fighters are insane. You know, once I start casting haste, I don't want to do it for most fights because it ages us by a year to cast it. But
Jesus.
all of us.
Yeah,
Or
well,
just
anyone
you?
to cast it on.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck.
What
But
the
once
fuck?
we're level 7 with haste, you'll be getting 4 attacks around, and we automatically win initiative.
Interesting.
So potentially
That's
get
actually nuts.
8 attacks in a row, right? Because we'd get our 4, then we win initiative and get another 4. So
Damn,
that's
yeah. That's a
like
lot of damage.
24 attacks on a dragon. Like that could kill it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if a lot of my spells are going to be like super useful against a dragon either.
I wonder. I don't know how much the god shit cares about us killing this dragon, if she's like invested in it or not.
I think I would assume that she's like invested in it, but I do feel like it's sometimes a little bit lame. I agree with you that it's a little bit lame to like ask like the god to like do a Ex Machina you and give you like fucking holy powers or whatever.
Clearly, the gods don't want a Deus Ex. Like, if they wanted to, they could just like wink Scoria out of existence in theory. So they're playing their own sort of game mixed along with all of this other stuff.
Yeah, they probably like watching their champions like, you know, go and fucking fight the dragon that they put on the earth for you. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Steve, you're gonna be late for your podcast. If we've got any questions or whatever, we should probably do them.
Fuck, I don't think so. We should spend time. What are we scared about for saber dice from the demon people? There's gonna be something. I doubt it's like literally.
Petrification.
There's
And-
like a dinosaur thing that can cast petrification with like a gas weapon, and then there's beholders which can do.
And then, do we have a way to undo petrification?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we do. We've got scrolls. Oh,
We
Neil,
have, like,
I actually have on our character sheet that we've got 5 unidentified scrolls.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Can we
Maybe those are good ones.
get someone
Sure.
looking
Which
into that?
scrolls are these? These are the ones you picked up in the very first tomb, right?
I think so. Yeah, it just says 5 unknown.
Wait, what level is Van? They have time pool?
He's level 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
they
He's
can't
level
hook it
he's
up
level
to
9
do
on
this.
No, yeah, no, I was just wondering because I was looking at my spells.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got time pool. Time pool's sick.
That's a good spell, yeah.
You got all the scrolls out of the tomb, I believe.
Yeah, Babylon.
Wait,
I've got 1 flesh to stone scroll. Wait,
are
hold
some
on.
of these from these unidentified scrolls, or some of these from the newest tomb that we went to? Oh,
No, I think we've had them since like day 1.
and we haven't ever just got them identified, really?
Yeah, I guess not.
Inventory management is a long game. Let's see. Did you not get all of them identified?
It's just on my character sheet. It might have been identified in the group sheet, like on the the handouts.
Right. So the scrolls, those were potions.
Because presumably one of them was the wish scroll. It might be that one of them was Wall of Stone. Abjure.
So yeah, it seems like we just need like protection from. Or I mean, we need flesh. We need stone to flesh.
So the scrolls that you picked up should have been protection from paralyzation, protection from gas, protection from petrification, dispel magic, wall of stone, wish, wizard eye, flesh to stone, and illusory wall.
I have the protection from gas, 2 illusory walls, 2 protection from petrification.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we have like the scrolls for this. It seems like.
Yeah, we've got the scrolls of petrification. That's great. I mean,
yeah.
Which ones are you missing, Nick?
No, I think that's good. I
don't think we're missing anything yet.
Yeah.
Okay, you had wizard eye, flesh to stone, wall of stone, illusory wall.
I have 7 scrolls of remove paralysis. What? I've never seen anybody paralyzed.
Oh, we don't need that because we've got rings of free action now, so useless.
Wait, so what did you say for those scrolls of petrification stuff? Does that unpetrify you?
Yeah, we'll turn you back to flesh, yeah.
Okay, but is there only one of us that can read these, just to make sure?
I have protection from petrification. That should protect you, not...
Like full stop, or give you a bonus to the save?
I would assume it's a bonus.
That's full stop. No, I think let me check it.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have
We're talking about the scrolls, the protection scrolls?
Protection from petrification.
A 10-foot radius circle of protection extends from, moves with, and moves with the reader of the scroll. Everyone within its confines is absolutely immune to all attack forms, magical and otherwise, that turn flesh to stone.
And how long is this?
Rounds. 5d4 minutes.
Plus anything for the caster, or is it just straight 5d4?
No.
5d4.
Oh, so this is... Okay, so we should be equipped to go deal with the demons then, right?
We just have to make sure we read that scroll the second we see.
And... that's scary too, because if it's like, we enter the city, there's a lot of strange things. What do you guys want to do? It's like, oh, I don't know, we walk in. It's like, oh, well, unfortunately, the 2 entry statues you were staring at gaze back into you. Roll a 1d20 minus 12, because these guys... What that scroll, how long does it last for when you cast it?
5d4 rounds.
5d5 rounds?
5d4.
5d4.
So an average of 12 minutes.
Oof. And scrolls...
That's a whole fight. That's an easy fight.
Well, yeah, but I'm not worried about a fight. It's easy to use it during a fight. What I'm worried about is, like, not being caught by surprise. So, like, we couldn't just use the scroll and enter a town and go explore. We would have to have some kind of forewarning.
From what I've seen, I don't think most random statues will petrify you. I don't think I've ever seen that. It's usually, like, higher level monsters.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know it, but
we don't know. There could be, like,
stone
traps and shit, though. Right?
I've just never seen a trap of petrification, but I wouldn't doubt that exists.
One thing that... Okay. Actually, especially since I think we could plan really well for this. I think we could do that. Can animals be petrified?
Yeah.
Like...
I have, like, hawks and stuff, so I could get them to...
You could just have, like, a dog or a coyote or some walking animal, like, in front of us, like, 20 feet that walks before us, and if it gets petrified, then we cast a scroll. Like, stuff like that,
I can't do that with my animal friendship, though, but we could just train a dog, like, normally.
I feel like we might struggle to get a dog to follow us to heat stroke across the fleshy ground.
Listen, dogs are loyal motherfuckers, all right? If we tell them to do some shit, they'll fucking
Why don't we talk about it next week before we play?
Yeah, we can.
I don't want to be to your ship.
So. Okay, yeah. Think about it. We'll probably communicate to the room too, so we can be like super prepared for. Yeah.
I'll do him there. Okay, so is our plan next week to do heat stroke entirely, or like start it?
Or begin the process to begin doing heat stroke. Okay. Yeah, I think so.
It'll probably be a multi-session quest.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, this is one and done, Koibu.
Quick one, Koibu.
This is one and done. We're gonna candle in, grab the shit, candle out, easy.
That's what I want to see. Let's do it.
Wait, and we have stone to flesh, correct, Nick?
Yes.
So we can fix Georg if we want to.
We could fix Georg, yeah.
Wait, is that important?
We fix him and we kill him and we take his amulet.
Well, is he evil? Is he bad? Is he good?
Yeah, he's evil.
Wait, who is Georg played by Sean or Nick, or who is?
Ryan.
He's just had a baby, so even if we bring him back, I don't think he's going to be able to play. So.
Wait, is he allowed to do that? Just cancel?
What do you mean?
Cancel culture.
He just had the baby. The guy's going to be there for like 30, 40, 50 more years, right? He's got plenty of time to hang out with him, right? True. We need him for D&D.
Yeah, true. That is true. That's more important.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we are wrapped up with this.
MoutonMerch.com.
Wait. Shit. I've put the wrong screen. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. I'm fucking up so much right now. Okay. Koibu, what's your next thing?
next week, next Friday, is our first session of a new campaign that I am presenting, but not actually running myself. It's called Deadly Dungeon. It's a spiritual successor to Fatal One. So the idea is there is a one big dungeon that the whole community is going to try and run, and each group that tries to run it will try and get so far, and then learning from their mistakes, learning what they've seen. The next group will try and create characters to overcome those tasks and get a little farther in the dungeon and get a little farther and a little farther. The details are being published on my Discord, but this is sort of a public event, and it's going to take people from our communities to come together and try and overcome these things. So if you think you have what it takes to optimize some characters for a 5e dungeon and to get in there and wreck some shit, Apollo Nick is going to be our DM for that. I'm going to be helping set everything up, and I think I might be running a couple of missions with some of my mods on that. If you're interested, head on over to our Discord, check out the Deadly Dungeon category and the DD party building, DD art and memes, and DD general to try and sort together a party. And that's going to be fun. Starting next Friday, running probably every week until people can get through it. Hopefully we can, you guys will actually manage to overcome it. But Nick's a good DM, and he's a clever guy, and I've seen what he's built, and it's going to be hella hard to get through. So that's what's coming up.
Cool.
PogChamp.
What about you, AZ Greenzerg? Or AG Greenzerg?
You can just, I've just been streaming. I've been doing a bit of sort of thinking about D&D recently. That's how I've got all this info about the dragons and ideas for the wish scroll and stuff like that. So if you want to come by and help me brainstorm on this heat streak mission, maybe you can do that. And then also I'm doing this cooking competition. If you join the Discord, you can go and see what's going on. Just got to make a midweek meal, take a picture of before and after. And if it's one of the best, I'll cook it on stream and maybe you can win something.
That's till the end of the month, right?
Yeah.
Great, PogChamp. I may enter.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll make yours even if it's not in the top 2, Lucas.
Good.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Very cool.
Lucas, MootonMooch.com. What else?
Yeah, MootonMerch.com. 10% off with Mooton VIP. Thanks. Just buy my merch. That's all I want.
That's it. All right. Also, check out dggstore.com if you guys are bored too. But otherwise, I think that's all we got for you today. I have a 4-hour podcast after this, with the wonderful PKA guys, and then after that, maybe we'll do a late night stream tonight where I just talk about every single thing in my personal life, since that seems to be the trend today for LSF. That'll be a lot of fun. So I will talk to you guys later. Have fun. We will be back next week. I think same time. Yeah.
Yep.
I'll be here.
Peace out. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks for the game, guys.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I can't think of anything.
It'd be fine for me. I move on the 19th, but
Gotcha. All right. Have fun. See you guys later. Bye. Well, my children. I'm not skipping PK for this. I'm going to I guess I going through this at the end. This is just gonna be like really sad. I'm kind of like skimming through the document. I don't really see like anything especially juicy here. I think it seems like this kind of relies on me being like some master manipulator guy, but I think that's like pretty easy to disprove. I'm having a hard time believing Bose and Destiny went to his employer. Kind of, yeah, but did he say who the employer? Now that sounds bad, but I don't. Did he say who the employer was? Because it actually makes a lot more sense when you get that piece of the puzzle. Okay, he didn't say it. Okay, once you hear that story, and then once you hear how that got kind of like thrown in, well, we'll just leave it. I don't give a fuck. It makes a lot more sense. All right. But okay. Anyway, I gotta go do a 4-hour podcast. I'll be back. Stay safe, guys. I love you all very much. I look forward to the 10,000 viewer stream tonight, covering every aspect of my personal life. And yeah, have fun. Ribberino, cappuccino, my dude. I am gonna say, I am feeling a little bit cucky though. I don't know if I'm gonna ever drop the big nuke. I shouldn't have threatened it, because honestly, I just kind of feel bad, because it's just something like really, really fucked up that he did in his personal life to a friend a long time ago, and I don't know if that's relevant. I don't know if that other friend actually knows about it though. But it would literally be, if I was dropping that, it would just be to be like a vindictive piece of shit. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel bad doing it, but we'll figure it out. I don't even know if Bob knows that I know this actually, but who knows? We'll see. Rip one.